Yo, what's going on, everybody? Xanta's Vice here, and we are back with some more Honkai Star Rail. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Where we last left off, we had finished the 4.2 story. It was not as long as I thought it would be, which is a good thing, but I'll be honest, I wasn't that. Uh, I don't want to say ecstatic. I really wouldn't have been, but I was very disappointed with how the ending is. Again, it's not terrible. Like, we've had worse endings, but it definitely wasn't a good one, honestly. It just. It kind of fell flat at the end. Like, the whole thing with her and everything, like, don't get me wrong. Full Wish, I thought it was an interesting take because, again, it was someone who didn't really have powers but was able to take advantage of the situation and her knowledge of being from Planet Arcadia, not to mention with the knowledge he learned, who I'm assuming was Assad Pramad, whoever that person is, that they're the ones who gave her the information. And also, there was that one moment with Kuchiba where she seems to be someone different. It's like, I was kind of wondering if we'd ever actually utilize her at all. And we still really haven't, even though she's supposed to be part of the, like, aberrant defense group or whatever. So, seems like we're gonna have to learn about her at some point. But again, I will say the biggest disappointment of it was basically how they concluded the 4.2 arc. Like, the way they try to introduce the Graphia Academy stuff, uh, or not that, but like, we have to talk to the founder, basically Himiko's ancestor. It's like, I don't know. Maybe you couldn't have really found a better way to like hint at it for the next one, but if you don't have a good way of doing it, maybe it's better that you just don't do it and just wait for us to see what happens next. Because, I mean, we're going to see from the live stream anyway, right? And even if not, we can just wait until the actual official release of it. So, I feel like that'd be better. Because I know people will be like, oh, but we want to know a bit more of, like, how it gets to this point. Well, I mean, it's fine and all, but if you're going to try to include that main story, not just, like, as just a basic hint or something, like in a letter, at least make it more believable as to how we would get the information and why it would have to take part now. Because, like I said, the way they introduced it kind of makes me feel like it's like a side quest or kind of like an interlude, right? Technically part of the main story, but not really lining up with everything that's going on right now. I mean, I'll be curious to see how this whole thing lines up with what we're going to be doing next anyway. Especially with Blade in that. I'm guessing it's like Blade's gonna be recovering after absorbing all the like Shuhu cells and stuff like that. And if I'm remembering correctly, based on like the updates and stuff like that, and like the teasers and everything, Himiko and the fake collab characters are like the next one in the 4.4. I'm assuming. Again, maybe much later. I don't know, but at least that's the general idea I have. That's the thing. Is like, how in the hell is this guy connected to the whole Blade thing? But yeah, we'll see at some point. But now we're gonna continue with the main story. I don't really have much else to talk about aside from that. All right, yeah, and like I said, if I had to choose a character to pull, I'm honestly gonna pull Yao Guang because look, I get it. The fake collab characters, they should be my first priority, right? I get it. I do. Reen's pretty cool. So is Gilgamesh. But at the same time, it's like, if they're going to be up for a long time, like their banners, similar to how it is for, what's it called? Saber and Archer, I feel like it's better for me to just take my time afterwards, because then I'm not too rushed. And the Himiko one, don't get me wrong, I like Himiko, but it's like, first, it's an erudition fire again. Like, really? I couldn't have gone a bit more like beyond that. And secondly, like I said before, I don't really feel like they did her justice with how she's basically like going to the next level, right? Like, look, it was one thing when they did it with Silverwolf, right? Because it's like, oh, okay, it's like it's kind of similar to the thing with Don Hung in his new form, right? The Permanence Terai versus his Imbibitor Lunai form. But at least it's more like there was more inspiration from Imbibitor Lunai than his basic one. which leads to this new form, right? At least that's something. The Silver Wolf one, it's like, yeah, sure, it's not really that much here. I mean, there is a bit with like the tail and the glitching and all that stuff. That's at least something you have. But also, at least when she powers up, she looks completely different. But Himiko's, it really does feel like all they did was add, like, make her just a bit longer, put a tiny bit slight alterations on, like, where the accents kind of are in her fit, making her look a bit younger. But it's like, I don't know. You really tell me, with all your resources and all your money, you really couldn't have at least tried for something bigger. Like I said, I wasn't expecting, like, oh, this would be a revival of the Vermilion Knight form or anything like that. I mean, to be fair, that was an amazing Valkyrie dress that Himiko had in Honkai by 3rd. But like I said, this is a separate universe. I'm not expecting the exact same thing, but come on, it looks pretty lazy to me. Like, honestly. It also kind of makes me think it's like they're kind of copying a Vera Grevor's fit with how it was like white and red and gold too, but a bit differently. But not so much, so it's like I'm kind of disappointed how Himiko's getting that treatment when they went much more all out for March to Evernight, then Dan Heng to his Tarai form, and then we get just this for Himiko. It's like, really? She's supposed to be one of the main members of the Express. She's the navigator. This is her home. You're just gonna give her like the bare minimum of enhancements? Kind of disappointed. Or actually very disappointed. But anyway, we're gonna see how this story will try to change things up. Again, I would hope for it to kick off a bit better than how they ended the last part, but we'll see. Yeah, so we have to talk with the crew to basically see what's our next move. But still, at least we actually did confirm that it's like, she did have the mask, Full Wish, right? So we are done with that. Luckily enough. So yeah, we just gotta continue with what we've been doing this whole time. Okay, let's see. Where am I going again? Oh, right, just the Express. Let me just teleport here. Can't be bothered. Oh, right, this. Yeah, like, is it really gonna clean our record or no? Because again, it's not like really everything has been cleared up, right? Because how the hell do you tell them that Full Wish was a monster wanting the destruction of this world that she lived in, right? It's like, how would we even try to convince everyone else? But, okay, let me try to remember who the contestants are again, just as a recap for myself. Okay, so we have Trailblazer, we got Sunday, Sparksy's back, since we're giving her the mask in exchange. At Full Wish, Ashvale, Pearl, Evanescia too, and I'm assuming Silver Wolf's the last one, right? Because is that confirmed? I'm assuming it is from that one design we saw that seems similar to like her tail part of her fit. So yeah, I guess that's everyone. But then it's like, how does the Saprama kind of like fit into this now? Because is it that I really don't think it's that simple that now that Full Wish is gone, his plans have failed, right? Because it's like, if she's gonna be the only one a part of the team for this mission, it's like, would it really end there, or would he have used her influence for all it was worth? I'm kind of assuming that's probably what it is. Oh, hi, it's been a while. Oh, hello. V Gates, Miss Lobster 007. How you been? It definitely has been a while. Hope everything's been okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Give me a sec. Gotta turn off my controller and turn it back on because it's being a bit weird. There we go. Okay. I think it's better now. Sorry. Sometimes when I was moving in a direction, I got stuck in one or something. So I just went to turn it off and turn it back on. It's been okay, I guess? Oh, okay. This is good. So I haven't continued the story, though. So it's like a 2.7. Ah, you're fine. I mean, to be fair, Forest is still gonna take a long while anyway, so... Might as well just take your time with it. No need to rush with like how much context there is. But yeah, did you see about the fake collab making a comeback again? And like I said for the fake collab, if they're gonna bring Rin and Gilgamesh into this, if anything, I hope they don't bring a collab story back. I really don't. They really screwed the pooch on it already the first time round. I don't want to see them do it a second time, and with more of our favorites from the Fate series. You feel? Because like I said, it was such a letdown. Don't get me wrong, Saber and Archer were great. They're great characters to use in the game. They do help with the meta. So I'm not saying the characters are bad. They're awesome. They work amazing the way they are. For me specifically, Archer's my favorite. Dude is a fucking demolition team all on his own. Saber I don't really have much chances to use much, but I probably will try to find time to actually use her later. Not that I don't really have use for her, but it's like I don't think I have the most optimal teammates for it, but still. So it's like 100 hours plus, only the story from where I am now. Really? Side of Fate, Saber's my strongest DPS, far better than Acheron, actually. Really? Okay. Well, to each their own. Because, I mean, I still love Acheron, but, I mean, to be fair, I don't really use her a lot nowadays. I will try to, though, because, again, she's one of my favorites. But, yeah, like I said, in my opinion, when they try to get back to the fake collab, just don't do a story. Please. I think we'll all be better without it. Or, if you're going to at least try to make something, just make a bonding event, right? Just like, they're summoned here, and just, we learn a bit, and at most, like, Saber and Archer come back and, like, interact with them, like, okay, great, we're here, and now these two idiots have come along as well. Like, something minimal like that, I think will be good enough of a shout for the series, but I don't think they should do any more than that, really. Because, like I said, that story was garbage. Especially when trying to make Scott a protect or one of the main characters. Like, Scott, really? You had this many people in a freaking large cast of a gacha game and you pick him? Come on. One team is Acheron and one is Saber. In every mode, Acheron team always needs so many more turns. Whatever. Ah, okay. Nah, that's fair, because at least with Saber you got all those follow-ups and stuff, so that's a fair point. It's a fair observation. But yeah, then it makes me think, right? When are they ever gonna bring, like, Lancer, right? Because he had, like, an actual, like, visual, right? When it came to the collab before. So it's like, even if they try to make a part 3 of the collab, who else would they put with him? Or would it just be him by himself? Because none of the other ones are really that memorable. Like, Medea, Sasuke Kojiro, I guess you could do Heracles, maybe. But I don't know. He wouldn't really speak much anyway. I guess you could do Ilya, but again, it's like you can't really use Ilya without Heracles. But maybe that's the point. Maybe you'd have Ilya, but she could always summon Heracles to do stuff. And then use this noble phantasm. I guess that's possible. Or I guess you could do Corrupted Sakura and make that an enemy. But please, for the love of God, please do not bring Kotomi no Kirei into this. I don't know how many people would go insane over that. Haven't played the collab story either, by the way. Really? Or, no, actually, yeah, that does make sense because you'd have to finish Penacony first, wouldn't you? Nah, that's fair. Like, I play Saber with Sunday, Sparkle, and Don Hung PT. It's the only character I ever pulled without knowing him for the story. Well, technically, it's still Don Hung, though. Nah, fair. I mean, it's understandable. Don Hung PT is actually pretty good.
おかえり。マンガンテレビの件、なんかすごいことになってるよ。とにかくニュース見て。
皆さんこんにちは。新コーナー現月速報へようこそ。司会の
こんにちは。同じく司会のゆきちゃんです。
ふぅ。皆さんもご存知のように現月遊戯が佳境に入るにつれていろいろと事情もありまして、そんなこんなで僕とゆきちゃんは二次元テレビに移籍して引き続き最新最重要ニュースをタイムリーにお届けしていくことになりました。
はい、引き続きよろしくお願いします。さて、 マンガンテレビの局長であり、ハッピースマイル研究会の講演者でもあったマンガン氏による幻月遊戯への参加宣言の後、今回のアイオンのゲームはあろうことか15年前の恐ろしい惨劇を繰り返すことになってしまいました。
海原テレビタワーで開催予定だった聖越者討論会は突如現れて暴走した現像種楽変天人の襲撃によって中断されることとなってしまいました。現像の病は海原地区を中心に急速に広まり、マンガン氏自身すらもテレビタワーの頂上で怪物へと変貌させてしまったとのことです。
現時点での統計によれば、この異変はすでに二層楽園の各地で人間と現像種合わせて20万近い人々に影響を与えている模様です。負傷者、行方不明者の数は依然として不明。被害総額は分かっているだけで86億信用ポイントに上ると思われます。
This officer, but as for all the others, I don't want to pull for them if I don't know them from the story. It's kind of a rule. Okay, Saber doesn't count because it's collecting. No, I completely understand that. Because it makes sense, right? Like, you pull you could think of pulling a cool character, but if they're a cool character and you have no idea what to do with them, or you don't know how much of an interest you would have in them, it kind of feels weird to just pull them just for the sake of it, because then otherwise you'd just be pulling every single character by that point. So, understandable. And again, everyone pulls for different reasons, whether it's like for their specific team, or for the meta, or because they like them, or because of references to other parts of the Hoyoverse series. So, I completely understand. Because, yeah, it's like, if I didn't go through all of it, I definitely wouldn't have pulled other characters like Casteris, Phynon. Cyrene I still definitely would have pulled regardless. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably would have done the same for Phynon, but like I said, for some of the others, I definitely would have had a much harder time even thinking about it. You say it's like, I would know nothing about them. And also, it's like, even if you did, then you'd have to think about pulling for others who you don't even know about, but to help their mechanics and all that stuff. Kind of like how it's for me with Silverwolf level 999. Because it's like, she's cool looking, she has amazing attacks, but the problem is I don't really have elation people to use aside from Sparkle. So I can't really use her to the best of my abilities. Unless I get either Yao Guang or Sparksea or both, then I can't really use them or use Silverwolf that well. Which is disappointing, but that's just the truth. I mean, I always said I won't ever get Sunday, because I hate him. Not fair. Not everyone will like a character. I haven't played this story yet, but since playing him, well, don't particularly hate him anymore. Okay. Gotcha. That's fair. Rief, how's it going? Yo, what's up, Rief? I'm doing alright. Just back to, hopefully finally be all caught up with, Honkai Star Rail story. Here. Oh, also, Reen's kid is fucking broken so far. Might change since we're at V1 now. Ah, okay. I see. Yeah, I actually did see, like, I guess kind of well, not really leaks, I guess, but nah, I guess it kind of is, of like the animations of like Reen's and Gilgamesh's attacks. I gotta say, I really like it, I especially like Reen's because it definitely takes a lot of material from the Heaven's Feel movies. I think that's a good way of doing it too, with dashing in a bit of like what she was capable of in Fate Stay Night. Because again, she really did shine much more in Heaven's Feel. Basically made with Archer and Sparkle in mind. Sure. And yeah, and I did actually see that it demonstrated that they kind of have like a tag team move or something. It's pretty cool. I am kind of curious how it kind of somehow makes her summon the bow for Ishtar, even though she's not actually supposed to be canonically Ishtar, but whatever, who cares? It is what it is. Maybe it's just Archer created like a 2-bit or like a basically a proxy version of her bow and then just realized it from the Throne of Heroes and thought it'd be a perfect fit. So I guess I'll be going then. It's already 12 a.m. here and I don't want spoilers, so yeah, have fun. Alright, dankeschön. But yeah, thanks for coming, Miss Lobster. Always great catching up with you. I'll see you around. Hope you have a good night. It also adds in Ishtar's... Well, for some reason, that's what I was wondering about. But going to Reen's kids, it's ridiculous. Ah, okay, sure.
心配なのはマンガン氏が残した映像の内容でしょう。 彼女はこの映像の中で今回の最悪もまた15年前の血塗られた遊戯と同様に天外の聖越者によって引き起こされたものであることを告発しています。
Wait, what? She had footage? Of course. She just couldn't go down without a fight.
彼女の証言によれば、この悲劇を引き起こしたのは銀河の英雄として名高い請求列車の開拓者と指名手配中の重犯罪者性格ハンターのジンであったとのことです。
Okay, how the hell would that even happen? I didn't even exist at the time. At least I don't think so. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess I can't really say that because, again, we don't really know what happened to the Trailblazer in the first place. So, fair. We have him going sub her trace? Sure.
一方、超常現象管理局の報道官からは、事件はマンガン氏の自作自演によるもので、彼女が資金提供していたハッピースマイル研究会が計画的に演出したものであるとする公式声明が発表されています。管理局は引き続き調査を進めるとともに、研究会への取り締まりを強化するとのことです。
Oh, okay. Well, at least they're making an effort for it. Again, I was kind of thinking that, Pearl was gonna leave us hanging out to dry while she basically tries to take all the credit. Because again, I still don't know if like what she's doing is her own agenda or the IPC's. Or like whether she's really on our side or not. Like I said, when it comes in regards to Pearl, I'm trying to be open-minded, but I'm not trying to say too into the fact that like potentially she is just automatically friendly for helping with us. Because again, it's not like she has really done too much in the main story for us, like directly, to really get me to like trust her that much. Hold on, my copy paste on my phone is being stupid. Ah, okay, so that's what happened. Yep, elegant conduct. When Tosaka Rin is on the field, additionally increases the max number of skill points by 2. Oh, what? Wow, so really something that actually works for Archer right off the bat. Entering combat, Tosaka Rin's attack increases by 150%, and damage dealt ignores 20% of the target's defense. If Archer's in the team, Archer also gains this effect. Combined with Archer and Sparkle, this gives you 11. That's insane! That is nutty. What the hell? 11 skill points? Yeah, just from this already, I can kind of see why he said they'd have to like nerf her a bit, because that would definitely break the game. Also, it's ideal to have Rin be faster than Sparkle. Really? Okay. Also, you know how much Archer used to need full SP? Yeah.
どこかで聞いたような声明ですね。15年前も同じような発表でお茶を濁してませんでした？事件の裏にはどんな真相が隠されてるんでしょうね。現月速報は今後も動向を追いかけていきますよ。
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, again, that is kind of the problem, right? They said they'd continue with the investigation, but they never really let out the entire truth about the case, which is kind of the reason Full Wish ended up the way she did, right? Like, the more people really kind of understood true, well, okay, maybe it wouldn't really have helped her that much, but at least for the victims, so they wouldn't have, like, fallen too, like, into Full Wish's, sweet words, but at the same time, like I said, the IPC kind of created this situation in a way by not taking full responsibility for what happened. Like, I get it's just from one branch of it, not something that's like from the head or anything like that, but at the same time, it's like it was one of your own who created such a disaster on a planet that you're supposed to be responsible for. How the hell can you still retain that form of authority even with all of the negative effects it had on the communities, the society, and everything else? So, yeah. But yeah. Now it's better to have less with Archer, and I'll show why with her skill, specifically her enhanced skill. Second Magic Experiment. Deals quantum damage equal to 112% of Rin Tosaka's attack to all enemies, then consumes 3 points of gem energy to deal additional quantum damage, equal to 112.5% of Rin's attack to one random enemy target. What? This repeats until gem energy is less than 3 or there are no enemy targets with current HP greater than 0 up to a maximum of 33 times. When used, if current skill points are greater than 2, consume skill points until only 2 points are left, immediately gaining 2 points of gem energy for every 1 skill point consumed. Please do enjoy follow-up. What the fuck? Oh my god.
500年以上もの昔、ある預言者がこんな予言を残しました。1999年、恐怖の大魔王が天より降臨せんと。果たしてこの予言は現実となってしまうのか。そして二層楽園はこの重要な1年を無事に乗り越えられるのでしょうか。引き続き見守っていきましょう。
もう嫌な感じ。正確なことは何にも分かってないのに勝手な言い分ばっかり流して。ネットでもあんたについてのデマがいっぱい流れてるよ。
To be fair, March, that's just like the news in the real world. So if anything, this is pretty, like, by the book. Well, by the book can I mean that it's like, this is pretty normal. Okay, now in regards to the follow-up, 3-point Tosaka style. After attacking, Archer uses his skill called Botsu, Fake Spiral Sword, if there are fewer or equal to 3 skill points. Rin and Archer will launch a joint follow-up attack on all enemies, each dealing quantum damage equal to 375% of Rin's attack and 375 of Archer's. Are you insane? And recover 4 skill points for allies. This joint attack can only trigger once. The trigger count resets after your turn ends. Wow. But yeah, okay. I mean, at the very least, the joint attack only trigger once, but still, it's like, that's barely limitation considering all this other stuff. My god. That's terrifying.
だいたいあの司会の2人組、マンガンテレビにいたんじゃなかった？あんたのこと散々けなしてたくせに、自分のところで問題が起こった途端、あっさり転職しちゃってさ。
I mean, to be fair, basically what we saw from the memories, people were just using her, right? They needed to use her story to make her the face of their station in the Planet Arcadia, right? Basically like the miracle child or something like that. So if anything, it makes sense that they jump ship to something else completely different to try to save face. Because otherwise, even if they still backed her up, it's like, how can you back up someone like that? Better for them to jump ship now, well, things can't really be explained yet. You basically make sure Rin always acts first so you can take advantage of her attack. Then use Sparkle's skill, have Archer use his skill, which includes Rin's follow-up as a total of 5 attacks, then activate Sparkle's ultimate so you can use Rin's skill again, which goes into her main trails. Oh, wow. Whoa, that's a crazy-ass cycle. Yeah, what I was saying. Classic media behavior.
それもそっか。この世界に来て、うちもこういうのに慣れてきちゃったよ。
Like, seriously, nothing should really surprise us here. Logic means nothing. Okay, now in regards to Rin's main trace. Gem Magecraft. When entering combat, gains 20 gem energy. When an ally consumes or recovers skill points, crit damage increases by 125% for 2 turns. For every 1 skill point consumed or recovered, Rin gains 1 gem energy. If she possesses 15 or more, or if the current skill points are 7 or more, her skill is enhanced in the second magic spell. What? She can get that from either or? I feel like they definitely have to erase one of those. Again, you can get that from doing the 15 of gem energy or the skill point 7. Like, seriously, was Sparkle already giving you, like, a whole bunch of skill points with her old and everything? I feel like you definitely have to take out one of those two. Probably the latter, in my opinion. At least not to make her completely broken. But then again, I guess that's the point, because it's like, then everyone would have to pull Sparkle then, right? For sales. Yeah, Rin's other traces, Ladylike Poise, after Rin uses her enhanced skill, her speed increases by 20% for 3 turns. Oh shit, wow. Inbound Prosperity, when Rin uses her ultimate, she gains 12 points of jump. God damn! Okay, so... Okay, maybe just doing the latter is enough anymore. Maybe they'll have to, like, double the number. Like, if Rin has, like, 30 or more gem energy, maybe that's the best thing to do. in that case. Because again, if she can get it that many times very quickly and there are multiple methods of doing so, it would just be a non-stop loop. Again, I feel like the 7 more skill points thing is kind of already a problem because again, what Sparkle can do. That the changes would be too massive given the fact Archer is the favorite of the producer for the game. Oh, really? Then I guess I could see that.
あんたが無事に帰ってきたのは本当に嬉しいけど、なんかちょっと雰囲気が変わったような。
Seriously, why the hell does everyone say that? I look exactly the same. I haven't done anything. We have her ult. Angal Takigase. Okay, sorry I pronounced that wrong. Is that supposed... Oh, is that Ishtar's ult? Wait, is it? Probably is. I'll probably have to check my FGO account later. Does quantum damage equal to 750% of Rinto's attack to a single designated enemy? Oh, wait.
待ってよ。もしあんたまで炭鉱みたいになっちゃったら。
My bad. And quantum damage equal to 250% of Reen's attack to other enemy targets. When used, recovers 1 skill point for allies and increases the damage taken by all enemies 25% for 3 turns. God damn! Seriously. They're trying to make that Archer and Reen duo unstoppable. And also, March, you know, this wouldn't be happening if you actually joined me on my mission. I mean, you're also part of the Express, you know. Just because you don't have a mask doesn't mean you can't do anything.
そんなの絶対嫌。英雄になる代償ってこういうことなの？
Do you want me to talk about your Evernight transformation again? Turning into March might be worse.
うちみたいに可愛くなるのに何が不満なの？
Uh-huh. Just wish you actually used that cuteness in battle. Reen now regards our light cone, increases the wearer's crit rate by 30% and skill damage by 60%. An ally consumes a total of 4 more skill points in a single turn, the wearer gains Radiant Crown, lasting for 3. While the wearer has this, all allies' damage ignores 18% of target's defense, and the wearer's damage additionally ignores 32% of the target's defense. Effects of the same type cannot attack. Or cannot stack. Oh my god.
それで結局テレビタワーで何があったの？炭鉱とサンデーにはもう聞いたから、あとはあんたの話だけだよ。
This is especially R5. Wait, what's R5 again? Oh, is that like if you get it to rank 5 or something? I don't remember.
つまりマンガンはハッピーオペを利用して出骨の血肉をばらまいてて、それが今回の事件の原因。で、変異の症状がこれ以上広がらないように食い止めたけど、出骨の血肉そのものはひとまず陣の中に封じ込めるしかなかったってこと？
Her light cone at its max superimposition. Oh, okay. So basically, kind of like how you like S5 stuff. It's like if you were to do that for her light cone. Okay. But wow. Like that's literally all I can say about it. But wow. Yes, March. That's what
しか
happened.
も請求列車フェスで会ったヒエちゃんが実は幻月遊戯の仲裁者だったの？なるほど。だからあんたのお面もかけたんだね。そのヒエちゃんが絵の世界の深くまで行って警告してほしいって言った相手が誰だっけ？
Name is Graphia.
それって誰なの？
Her E2 is also really good? Of course it is. That's usually how it is for most of them. Dimensional Traveler increases skill damage by 30%, and while Reen is on the field, the skill damage up by all allies becomes 110% of the original. Oh my god. They really are just trying to make her broken.
姫子のご先祖様で1000年前の絵師らしい。
And again, it's like, that's the weird thing that they segmented to this, right? Because it's like, how the fuck are we supposed to do this? Why would this be something we talked about in the first place? Considering it doesn't really seem to tie to Blade yet? Could you at least elaborate on that for us if you're going to, like, spoil that? Like, come
姫子
on.
の先祖？それに1000年前って本当にまだ生きてるの？いや、そんなことより ひえちゃんがそのグラフィエって人に警告してほしいって言った内容が問題だよね。絶滅大君の気弱が戻ってきたって。
Oh, right, yeah, the Supplements of Lord Ravager. Right. Forgot about that. Yeah, because he's trying to unseal himself, right? I guess. Is that what it is? Be right back? Yeah, no problem.
うちらってどうしてこうついてないんだろう。
That's what I want to
仲
know.
良すって言っても何か起きるだろうなって思ってたけど、まさかまた絶滅大君に出くわす羽目になるなんて、いくらなんでもハードすぎるよ。
Come on, March, let's be honest. You never even go on most of these missions with me. You don't have to deal with this shit with me putting my life on the line. Oh, by the way, I did check for Reed's Noble Phantasm. It is the same name as Ishtar's Noble Phantasm. I was just kind of wondering. Because I was like, they would probably use the regular visual for Ishtar's Noble Phantasm for Reen's ult. I just wasn't sure if it was the same name, but yeah. Angal Takigalose. Okay. Just had to check out my FG archive. Share enters the game, it could be Muramasa. I hope it is. Dude, Muramasa's awesome. Like, seriously, Muramasa is probably one of my favorite characters to use in FGO. He's so broken. So it'd be cool to have him there, if possible. Unrelated, I'm dreading Persona 4 returning. Boo, Persona 4, boo. Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I hate it. I hate it too. You're not the only one. But I will say, there are already things that already suck about it just from the trailer. First of all, I don't like the portraits they have for the characters. Like, Yusuke's, Yukiko's, it's like, they all just looks... It actually looks worse than the art they had for the for Persona 4 Golden. The portraits stopped being good at the Persona 3. No, I know, but I'm saying like Persona 4 Golden's portraits were at least somewhat like better and more reflective of like the type of game it was. But now it's like it's actually bad. Like if anything, it looks, I don't want to say unprofessional, but I don't know, it doesn't really seem like the kind of people that it's like this would be amazing art like you have for Persona 5 or for Persona 3 Reload, and yet this is the treatment they're getting. Well, if anything, they kind of deserve it for how bad Persona 4 is in general. The portrait stopped being good after Persona 3? The original Persona 3 specifically? Nah, yeah, because it definitely had that kind of like edgy feel to it, you know? But it had all different facial expression. I know, tell me about it. Now it's like people being copies of like other people. I will also say, I'm not a big fan of the switches of the voice actors. I mean, I know you can't always get the same voice actors anyway. For some organizations and group projects, it's kind of impossible depending on the circumstances. But I will say, for some people, the voices are just... I don't really see it fitting. I'm not going to say they're bad, but... I don't know. I felt like the voice actors they had for Persona 4 Golden were better. Like, Yosuke's, oh my god. I can't tell. Like, is it just that they put a completely different voice actor that doesn't have, like, any of the same energy as the one from Golden? Or is it just they just hired random-ass people to fill the void for because maybe no one really wanted to play Yosuke? Which I wouldn't blame them. And kind of the same for Chie. It's like they tried to have some similarities to it, but it doesn't really feel like it. I think Naoto's and Rise's are the same. Kanji's, I don't know. Teddy's being completely different. I can understand why, but I really don't think Teddy's is great either. From what I saw in the trailer anyway. And I'll be honest, the visuals of, or how the characters look in their like quote-unquote 3D models in the game, I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. I don't know, it's just, like I said, considering how the characters looked in Persona 5, Persona 3 Reload, and this is supposed to be like a reboot of a Persona 4/Golden, it doesn't look like, to the standard of where those other games are compared to it. It kind of looks like it's between the stages of where the original Personas 1 to 4 are. Like, they're like, let's say, like this is just an example. Let's say that's C, right? And then Persona 5 and 3 Reload are an A. It seems to be like bordering on like the current style for this new Persona 4. It's kind of teetering more on like C plus B minus range, all things considered. I'm like, oh my god, who's actually gonna want to like play through this, and are they actually gonna enjoy it? I mean, not like I actually enjoyed Persona 4 Golden originally, but if anything, I get a feeling it's actually gonna be worse. We have Naoto's an idiot, Kanji is, and she is basically Aki on steroids. Rise is obnoxiously caught. Yosuke kind of blows. Teddy's existence is awful at Coin Morgana. Yeah. I'm actually curious at P6 because it could get back to P1 and P2's route. Yeah, that's what I was actually gonna bring up. I'm actually curious at how Persona 6 looks because, again, I'm not gonna say it's gone back to the more darker theme, but it definitely seems to be heading more towards like the direction of where it kind of is like a bit dark, a bit moody, a bit more serious. And that's what we need, right? Because like I said, some of the concepts from Persona 5, I liked it and it was adventurous. But at the same time, I think they took the whole like the imagination and the over exaggerated kind of villains, they took that too far. And that's why I was like, it's good, but it could be better. In my perspective, or in my point of view. Again, everyone has their own thoughts on it, but that's personally how I felt about it. But if they start to go back more to like a serious kind of a plot and whatever, to that of like Persona 1 and 2, I'd be all for it. I'd definitely play it if it gets anywhere to that level. Also, I have 43.9k jewels, 3 out of 35 tickets, 30 coins all ready for Aki to come on the 11th, which is the day after my birthday. Oh, okay. Well, happy early birthday, by the way, Ring UEF. Because, let me see. Do I have work on the 11th? Because I might not work. I might work that day, so I probably won't stream. Oh, yeah, I do. Shit. Well, oh no, actually, I work a bit. I only work like 5 hours that day, I think, so maybe I'll stream? Maybe, I don't know. But if I do, I catch you there, I'll say it again. But for now, happy early birthday, Ring UEF. It's been great having you here, man. Especially with my ridiculous journey throughout trails. You've been one of the OGs for me. Respect the hell out of you for it. But anyway, let's finally continue with this story. Sorry to go on that tangent.
ジンの体に封じられた出骨の血肉、あとは進行中の幻月遊戯もなんか解決しなきゃいけない厄介事が一気に増えた気がしない？
I know, it's like it's starting to reflect what happened in N4s when they had so many ideas but they didn't really know what trajectory to go with them.
卵でジャグリングを披露する大道芸人の気分。うっかりしたら卵が全部割れちゃうみたいな。
Yep. Also, the whole controversy about Naoto shouldn't be whether or not. Nah, it's pretty fucking blatant. Should be whether she's a fraud as the Detective Prince. Now, I definitely agree because, again, it's like, look, we've had this whole Detective Prince thing or whatever before. But look, at least when it came to Akechi, he actually was intelligent to an extent, right? Like when he tried to like one-up the Phantom Thieves and stuff like that, and trying to one-up Shido and stuff. At least he had some logic to him, knowledge and cunning to him, which actually made him at least somewhat believable of a Detective Prince. Naoto was, first of all, being so behind, not even trying to think of like the slightest clues, and then only till like the very, very end, after having a lot of stuff pointed out, then you actually try to draw a conclusion. Don't really agree Akechi being smart. He was dumb enough to talk to Morgana outside the metaverse before he showed their persona. Nah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair too, but I don't know. Like I said, there was at least parts where Akechi was being cunning. Or at least that's something compared to Naoto. That's all I'm trying to say, at least.
ねえ大丈夫
Because, yeah, you do make a good point with that whole thing, especially with the whole Akechi and pancakes thing. I get about that meme and whatever, but can we just let it go, please? I'm okay. Let's just get
ならよ
going.
かったうちはちょっと動揺してるみたいその辺で頭を冷やしてくるよ
片付けないといけない問題が一気に増えた。次は何をすればいいんだ？
It really is crazy how, once again, most of the Astro Express is just kind of taking a backseat while I'm doing all the work. Like, come on! I thought we were finally getting back to having members of the Astro Express do cool shit. Not just like, you get one cutscene, and then you get one thing that they supposedly did in the background, but they just tell you they did it, and you don't actually do it. It's like, come on, can we actually make them significant? Otherwise, why are they even part of the team if they're not really doing it for the team? You're reworking story stuff to hell and back? Ah, okay.
いや、一日中戦い漬けだったし、まずはどこかに座って一息入れないとな。
Oh no, not that couch again. Every time I'm on this couch, something goes wrong. Like, seriously, how many times have I been on this thing and bad things always happen? It's like Mega Man Star Force, Battle Network, or any action with one playable character. Ah, okay. Or RPG. Yeah, it is starting to kind of feel like it. It's like, it sucks. Because, like, again, you get them better forms. You try to get them stuff in the story, like the new form Don Hung has from Amphorius. You have Evernight, and yet, even with all that now, like, I guess, like, that's not the power that they have here, but only exists in Amphorius or whatever. But come on! You could make this their chance to, like, show off their skills again the normal way. And again, I hope they actually try to do Himiko justice in the next update, because goddamn, she needs it for how she's basically been doing nothing, even though this is her home turf. Like, come on! Again, I'm not saying she should be like 5 sets ahead of everybody, but we should at least be able to catch up to others much faster than this. I'm just saying. And again, Old Man Veld being useless, basically just sleeping in his wheelchair again, because they never let him do shit, even though we know how epic he can be when it comes to Honkai Impact 3rd. Seriously, I'm not looking forward to sitting down again. Like I said, every time we always sit here, something goes wrong. Let's see, am I gonna wake up in an illusion? Am I gonna be stuck in another world? Am I gonna be dying again? Or what? Static from the news broadcast, March's relentless questioning, the looming presence of the Lord Ravager, the dangerous Flesh Ravi and Blade's body, and the future of the Phantasman games. All these single problems are knotting themselves into one chaotic mess. Yeah, and I was thinking my male lead is hyperactive Roguru. Oh, werewolf, who did the being bound as top by top live with his feet. Free now, but still relies on. Oh, okay. Oh, right, yes, because you were still working on that stuff. Pronounced Rugairo. Is that how it is? Rugairo or Rugairo? Probably the second one, right? Because otherwise you would have put an I instead of an H. Okay, Rugairo. At least I'm assuming. What can you do? You're just a... Oh, great. You want to unravel the mystery, but now you're tangled up in his threads. It's the second one? Okay, Ruguro. Got it. So go uselessly for a bit, then give up. Let fatigue shroud your eyes in darkness.
ほらベルト疲れてるだろうしもうちょっと寝かせてあげましょう疲れたわよねバカンスのつもりで訪れた場所でまたこんな戦いが始まるなんて思わなかったわ
I swear. Did I ever explain what TKD. I don't know why I had a hard time trying to say that. Can you tell me like what it spells out, just in case? Because maybe we did, but it's just like I didn't remember like shortening it to that. But so much to deal with. I don't know where to begin.
七死人の旅にトラブルはつきものだけど、今回はさすがにちょっときついな。
今のあんたを見てると列車が再出発したばかりの頃を思い出すわ。あの頃列車にはパムと私しかいなくて、毎日手一杯で途方に暮れてた。
TKD is Taekwondo. ITF means International Taekwondo Federation, which at least in its rawest and oldest form is Taekwondo that was made for the Oh, yes, right, yeah. Because we talked about how, because the Olympics and how like the teachings are nowadays, it's not the same kind of a discipline and such compared to how it was before, right? It's become more glorified as for entertainment rather than how it was meant to be for actual self-defense. Right, yeah, we did talk about that.
高校日誌に一つ一つ問題を記録していくしかなかったの。ある世界の座標を修正する必要があるとか、跳躍システムにエラーが出たとか、製図の上の座標のように無数の問題がびっしりと並んでて、見るたびに息が詰まる思いだったわ。あの頃はいずれ請求列車が絶滅大軍のように恐ろしい存在に立ち向かうなんて思いもしなかった。だけど今こうしてその問題に直面してみると不思議と落ち着いてれば。
Wait, what do you mean? I thought Fantilia was a Lord Ravager, right? Right? Or did I misunderstand what Fantilia was? Because I thought she was a Lord Ravager. Just one who inhabited the body of Tingyun. The MC's name is aesthetically thin green mixed with Busby's clothes, but black and purple. It has a personality like Warner Animaniacs. Well, I can imagine probably the first two. The last one I don't really know of, but okay.
きっとあんたやみんながいてくれるおかげね。これまでの旅ですでに2度も絶滅大軍に打ち勝ってきたんだし。
I mean, I like your choice of purple. Definitely would be a difference from like always having like black and red or blue and stuff like that, so.
私を導いてくれた七死人が出発前にこんな話をしてくれたわ。
Basically, imagine old school teaching force. Wait, what? Wait, what the heck is that? I think I'm getting even more confused. Because probably other stuff I don't know. Oh, no, yeah, okay, good. So, yeah, we did the feet route. Because I was going to say, it's like, what the fuck do you mean? We did face Lord Ravagers already.
歩き続けてさえいれば遥かに高く乗り越えられないように見えた壁もいつか過ぎ去り背後の景色になっていく。現月遊戯を通じてあんたがみんなに信頼され頼りにされる柱になるところを見てきたし、テレビタワーでの宣言も聞かせてもらった。だから昔の話をしたいと思ってるの。15年前の約束の話を。
Oh, that's right. She did say that she was going to tell us about the past at some point. I forgot about that. Yeah, you know in old cartoons how the main cast tend to be carefree and playful trixies? Yeah.
ええ。
Oh shit, I didn't check.
15年前、私はある人物と約束したの。
Kind of like that?
月
Oh,
が
okay.
再び満ちる
Gotcha.
頃に故郷へ戻り、彼女に会いに行く。そしてその時には、この借り物の命をただの1秒だって無駄にしてないことと、すべてを託せる旅の仲間を見つけたことを報告するって。私の旅立ちの物語をみんなと共有したいの。
How come you never mentioned it before?
とても長い物語だから。何しろ 私の過去の記憶がたくさん詰まってるんだもの。それにどうせならあの時列車を修理した場所にみんなを連れて行ってそこでゆっくり語りたいと思ってるのよ。
じゃあ約束だ。俺が絵の世界から戻るのをコーヒーを入れて、シャラップにコーヒーを入れさせて待っててくれ。みんな。
ええ、そうそう、その絵の世界の件だけど、大体のところは美月ちゃんから聞いたわ。比叡さんの頼みはただの杞憂からのものじゃないでしょ。銀狼もあの絶滅大君が動き出したのを目撃したようだし、アーカイブの記録とカンパニーの調査によれば、鬼弱による侵攻は通常100年単位で行われるものらしいわ。彼に侵入された星々は例外なく、最後は不測の事態によって滅亡し、地表は笑顔のマークで覆われることになる。仮に1000年前グラフィエが絵の世界を作った理由が鬼弱によるアハトピア侵略を防ぐためだったとしたら、今回幻月遊戯を利用して起こされたこの災いは鬼弱が侵略を再開したことを示してるのかしら。
Right, because I guess to be fair, he has proven that he's been able to recreate tears in the world, right? And that could possibly be like his test to see if he can somehow try to break free of the world in canvas with that method. With it failing ultimately with Pearl being able to repair it, but again, maybe that was just one of his many ways to test his theories. Astonishes me that Graffy is still alive.
そう、その点も不思議なのよね。一族の歴史を紐解いても、私たちが長命種の末裔だなんてどこにも書かれてないわ。むしろその逆、風化の呪いのせいで私の一族は普通の人よりも短命なはずなのよ。それが今も存命だなんて、先祖の身に何があったのかしら。私も気になるわね。
Maybe she's just been kept in like perpetual time, right? Where her time basically stopped. Maybe that's something, or kind of like maybe it's similar to like how the protagonist in Persona 3 basically ended up becoming a seal for Nyx, right? It's like they're still alive, but their entire life was just used for the seal. Maybe. This is a possibility, because otherwise, how else was she able to sustain it? Because yeah, it's like if she's the one who kind of starts with the disease for it to then transfer to her descendants, wouldn't that mean she would still have it as well in order for that to even pass on? Yeah, if I have an idea for... Okay. Different from the usual people. Okay, interesting. Can you tell me more about this ascendant?
グラフィエについての伝説は数えきれないほどあるけど、どれも真偽は定かじゃない。それらの中で疑いようのない事実は2つだけ。一つは人土時代、彼女は外界天魔の軍団に対抗するため無数の現像生命を創造したということ。もう一つはある幻月遊戯の終わりに絵の世界を切り開き、残された文明と生命をその中に隠したことよ。そう考えると、彼女は鬼弱をよく知ってるだけじゃなく、きっと優越のアイオンが権限する様も目にしたんでしょうね。
Wow, so like a really big deal. Okay. I mean, yeah, for my story, I got it from the idea of Sirius from Harry Potter and Professor Paradox from Ben 10. Alright, Professor Paradox. Damn, what a callback. Ben 10. It's been forever since I watched that. Now, about the world in canvas.
グラフィエが想像した絵の中の次元界、それが果たしてどれほどの広さなのか、その全貌を知る者はいないわ。 今から140年以上前、スターピースカンパニーが絵の世界を引き上げた時も、現実に再現されたのはその中の一部だけ。グラフィエは巨大な海面をキャンバスに優越の力を借りることで世界を絵に収めるという奇跡を成し遂げたそうだけど、だとすれば彼女は気弱をよく知ってるだけじゃなく、きっと優越のアイオンが権限する様も目にしたんでしょうね。
So, where do I begin?
いい質問ね。今の二層楽園でグラフィエや絵の世界について一番詳しい人を挙げるなら、カンパニーから派遣されたパールさんじゃないかしら。彼女ならきっと何かしら手がかりを持ってるはずよ。話を聞ければおのずと次に進むべき方向も見えてくるでしょう。あ、それと高校将軍があんたに会いに来てるわ。何でも内密に話がしたいそうよ。
Bad news.
わからないけど、手土産にって先週の刀銃を渡されたわ。あまり待たせてもいけないから、まずは会って話を聞いてきなさい。終わったらパーティー車両で合流しましょう。これからどうするつもりかはその時に聞かせてちょうだい。
こんにちは、自由の君。私は仲裁者である比叡さんがこの災いをもたらした満願を懲らしめてくれることを期待していたのだけど、君は違う回答を示してみせた。
I know.
ま
I'm
さか
kind of
君が
disappointed.
彼女を倒してしまうなんてね。
Like seriously, that's the other thing I'm very disappointed about. The whole thing was supposed to be about Silverwolf and Evanesia, yet they barely gave them anything to do. Like, look, at least with Silverwolf with the hacking thing, sure, but it's like you didn't really have as many like mandatory battles with her to actually use her to the fullest of your ability. I mean, I guess I can kind of get it because also it's like you would need the team before that. It's like by this point, would you have pulled that many characters by this point or not? But it's like the same could be said for Evanesia too, considering it's like she could be DPS, so she doesn't necessarily have to be the same kind of thing like Elation, right? Considering like Ashvale was Hunt or something. So I don't know. I felt it very disappointed. It's like we didn't have them for the final battle or any of that shit. They were just like doing little things on the side, but nothing really to impact it. Where it's like, bro, they're advertised as the next main characters to have in the game, and yet you're not even gonna actually let us use it in the game. Like, why?
数えきれないほどの命を呪怨の苦しみから救ってくれたこと、低級天将として感謝させてちょうだい。
General, you wanted to talk to me in private?
これから話すのは比叡さんがルール違反を覚悟で教えてくれたことなの。だからどうか内密にくれぐれも列車の外へ漏らさないようにね。
Is the stuff she talked about back at the yeah, that little garden area? Where the tree is?
アハトピアの内側には貪欲のウロボロスが封印されている。
Ah, right. That. Like I said, I can never escape Ouroboros, can I? Whether it be an organization or an actual giant snake or whatever, I always have to deal with this shit. The ferocity. The hell is that?
あら、もしかして貪欲について聞いたことないの？
Hello?
本当に？
Only been alive for a couple years now. Can't really say I do. Please seriously.
考えてみれば誰でも聞いたことがある話ってわけでもないのかしら。そうは渇望と鈍色を司る古の神。
Huh?
古獣から進化したアイオンで本来なら過疎として大敵名簿にも乗るはずだった最悪よ。
Of course. I swear to God. And seriously, like I said, for Beyond the Horizon, Beyond the Horizon 2, whatever it is, just don't make Van the main character, okay? Clearly he's failed, and we can't trust him to do shit. We need to give it to people who can actually get shit done. Like Reen, or Kevin. Or any other actual useful characters from before Calvert.
けれど
Just saying.
ソが姿を消したのはあまりにも遠い過去のこと。先週同盟もソの痕跡を観測したことはなく、過疎として認定することもなかった。もちろんわざわざ痕跡を見つけ出そうと躍起にならなくても、ソを表す異名は数多くある。天才の獣、群生を飲む者、虚空の食。それらの名を聞けば十分想像できるでしょう。うごめく曲で星々を砕き、決して満たされぬ腹の中へと飲み込む姿。ソはまさにそんな存在なのよ。一説によれば、ソが最後に姿を見せたのは宇宙の公害の時代。と言っても、ソはスウォームと手を結んだわけじゃない。ただ単に宇宙規模のビュッフェを堪能しに現れただけ。スウォームを前菜に、行く先々の星々をメインディッシュにしたね。長きにわたって姿を消していたソが、まさかこの星に封印されていたなんて、一体誰が想像できたっていうのかしら。
Is the veracity still alive?
実際のところは誰にもわからない。
Seriously?
けれど、ソがここにいるという情報だけで、貴弱がこの世界を狙う理由としては十分じゃない？それなりに恐ろしい話をしたつもりだけど、全然動揺していないよね。
I mean, you can tell me to be nervous all I want, but I mean, again, we faced, like, a lot of crazy things before. It's not really gonna change. And again, it's not really us being brave, it's just like, by this point, it's like, we've already seen the craziest shit possible. What more crazy can we actually get that wouldn't be on the same level? Have a poker face.
面白いことを言うのね。星が目の前に落ちても顔色一つ変えないなんて、さすがは自由な君。
I mean, a space dragon did try to kill me in the very beginning of the game, so can't really say much. Nah, Reen should have stayed behind. His route was utterly unnecessary. So he's only here because of Fan. Yeah, that's true, because don't get me wrong, it was cool to see Reen back, but at the same time, it's like, what sucked is they made him have no impact whatsoever. Because again, he could have passed this information to Van, but the plot's like, no. Even though you do have the information, even though you still retain the memories in this separate space, you're just not gonna tell him. Like, why the fuck not? If y'all already know about Reen, and y'all are already friends, why wouldn't you tell them? Because that's really what pisses me off. The whole point of, like, why we couldn't really exchange information together and all that stuff was because the Reverie Corridor was a very unique space, right? With space-time being all confusing and stuff, so that at least made sense. Again, to a degree, but it made sense. But this, it's a it's a virtual space. There's no reason not to share it if it's right there. And also, even if you're like, oh, but we'd be spilling the intel. The enemy already knows. It's a fucking Ouroboros. They always know the shit that's going on. They're practically prophetic by this point. Because it's also true that it's like, Kevin was kind of really the only person really with a stake in it because he was asked to eliminate Hamilton and because the Saintess was there, being Nina. So, at least Kevin makes sense for actually being there. Technically, they were sharing this stuff in there. Just wasn't really sure. Really? Because, again, it's like, Kevin knew... Or, it's like, that's the thing. They had suspicions about, Professor Hamilton in both cases. So it's like, the fact that they didn't really say anything about it, and also they didn't really talk more about, what the fake Genesis were for, that wasn't really, like, giving them any more knowledge about that anyway to them later on in the plot. So that's why it's like I'm confused as to, like, it didn't really seem like it. I mean, maybe it's a translation error or something, but at least to me, when actually, because I was really trying to pay attention to point out flaws and stuff, it didn't seem like they actually were sharing information. It didn't feel like it. Because otherwise it would have had a bit more impact, or they wouldn't have been as surprised that Hamilton's responsible for all this. You know, because again, it's like, it's one thing for Kevin to keep it a secret, but Nadia and Sven kind of had a feeling after seeing those things with like Dingo and her, and they're quote unquote friends with Arclight Solutions, so it's like, if they had told him, I feel like the suspicion would have been there. At least the suspicion, like I said, nothing like concrete or anything, but at least it wouldn't have been as surprising to them. But they made it so. Besides the dollar to indicate most of that stuff? Really? Okay. I guess I just wasn't paying attention enough. Because again, to me, because like I said, I was always trying to point out stuff, so I try to make sure it's like I actually was paying attention to it, but I guess maybe they did, and I just didn't understand it that much, but I don't know. Like I said, a lot of it was just flawed and stupid since the very beginning of that game, so it's like, why should I even really care?
運命がどん底まで落ち込んだのなら、そこからは好転すると決まっている。だから危機とはすなわち天気でもあるのよ。この地の深部に星々を飲むほどの力が眠っていると分かった今、その力で陣の中に封じられた厄介者を飲み込んでもらうことだって不可能じゃない。危険な方法なのは間違いないけれどね。この提案には陣も乗り気だったみたいで、彼は絵の世界を抜けて貪欲を探し出す準備に取り掛かっているそうよ。君もこれから絵の世界へ向かうんでしょ？占いの結果はダとリの間で揺れ動き、天地背きてそのことを同じとの舵が出た。つまり君たちは違う道を行くけれど、必ずどこかで交わるということよ。
I mean, that's just how the plot works. How else would it work? Is this gonna be Blade's funeral?
葬儀か冒険か。九死一生の苦難を越え、出骨の血肉を引き剥がして泉州の大敵を誅するのか、それとも恩衆のすべてを断つ戻らぬ帰途につくことになるのか、すべては彼次第ね。彼は私の提案に賛同したけれど、もう一人の性格ハンターのお嬢さんには随分反対されたのよ。
General, are you betting everything on me?
賭け？私はこれが賭けだとは思ってないかな。
Sure.
君も私も誰かにかけられるチップでもなければ振られるばかりのサイでもない。私たちはただ人の力を心から信じているだけ。自分を信じ、仲間たちが天だって支えられると信じているの。
I mean, again, to be fair, at least she is actually kind of being open with us, right? Like, again, Pearl, she's being open with us, but she's not really doing it as much to the point. Really giving us more stuff that's like we could kind of help to like come to certain conclusions with, whereas Yao Guang is like, she is actually trying to help us like on the field.
そう信じることが君が漫画を倒す原動力になり、私がこの世界にとどまるたった一つの理由になっている。私の目的は何も変わらない。優越を私の課に引き込み、この大凶をひっくり返したい。鬼弱の不意打ちへの対策についても考えはあるけれど、今はまだ人手が足りなくて。
Looks like the Phantasm games will have to come to an end soon. At least I hope so, but then again, we're just on 4.3. We still have a long way to go.
この遊戯の締めくくり、優越に捧げる奇跡として、絶滅大君の企みを阻止すること以上にふさわしいものなんてないでしょ。絶滅大君の影にこの地が覆われようとしている今、誰しも果たすべき責務がある。それじゃ、私はこの辺で失礼するね。
出発する前にみんなともう少し話したいな。
Dude, seriously? Like, let's just go. Why the hell do we have to waste time with that? It's not like they're gonna give us an update or anything. Fine. Yeah, sorry I spent like a majority of the stream rambling. Whenever I get on like a certain topic, I always just end up somehow just sticking to that point unless I feel like I'm satisfied with reaching a certain conclusion to the argument.
みんなで何してるんだ？
Huh? Oh yeah, what the hell? Yo, what's with the team huddle? Why wasn't I invited?
あ、来た来た、待ってたよ。
What are you all doing here? Why didn't I get an invite?
もちろん列車がまた一つ難関を乗り越えたお祝いじゃ。お前たちの冒険は全部聞いたぞ。
Really? This was a pretty underwhelming adventure compared to the other times, honestly.
あ
Don't really think
あ、簡
it
単なものだが
deserves celebration.
こういうことは形式より気持ちが大事だろう。満願の陰謀をくじいた君の功績は疑いようがない。二層楽園の住民やメディアが君をどう評するかとは関係なしに、俺たちが君を祝いたかったんだ。
Ah, okay, that's what this is. Because I was gonna say is like literally there have been worse cases that we've had to deal with that I feel like a celebration would have helped, but I see, right, because his morale's probably low because everyone probably treated him as an enemy at one point. And that's what they were kind of trying to push too, that it's like everyone's negative opinions on us were getting to me, and I'm like, why? What he asked to express. We're not here to be heroes for the sake of the fame or the glory. We're just doing it because we're just the Express. We go wherever we need to be. Like, we're not asking for like all the rewards, the accolades, and all that stuff. So that's why I was like, why the hell are we trying to like act like this actually affects us when it doesn't really? Just seemed very strange.
そうだよ。だってあんたはあの楽勝天人とかいうのを量産した黒幕を倒したんでしょ。あんたの活躍を見られなかったのは残念だけど、炭鉱から話を聞いただけでもすっごくワクワクしたんだから。
お前のおかげでジンが出骨の血肉と決別するための新たな可能性が見つかった。例を言う。絶滅大軍に対抗するため、私たちにはそれぞれやるべきこともあります。行動を始める前に一度こうして集まる機会が必要な頃合いでしょう。
And like that's the other thing. It's only been a couple days. When we were stuck in Amphorius, we were stuck there for months, years, and we didn't get a celebration for that. Yet for this, it's like it's only been a couple days, and yeah, it's like, oh my god, we've all missed each other so much. There's so much that happened.
それじゃみんな
Bro.
グラスを持って。この楽園を守るために戦うすべての人々に、それから私たちにも、たとえこの先絶滅大軍のどんな陰謀が待ち受けようと、列車はいつまでも星空を走り続けると信じて。
みんなありがとう。みんながいてくれるおかげで俺は勇気を持って未来に立ち向かえる。みんなにもらったこの力をこれからの旅にも持っていくよ。
乾杯。
どうかしましたか？
Yeah, I wasn't having a lot of fun. Why don't you join them?
どうかご勘弁を。海原テレビタワーから戻ってきてから眠くてたまらないのです。大久家の館のホールでパーティーに参加していた時を思い出します。あの頃はどれほど疲れていようと表情に出せるはずもなく、グラスを手にただ微笑むしかありませんでした。ベルトさんは少なくとも1日は休養に充てるべきだと言ってくださいましたが、こうして皆さんと杯を交わす機会を逃したくなかったものですから。私がこの旅に出られたのは皆さんのおかげです。本当にありがとうございます。
おお、来たか。次は単独任務だと聞いておる。安全には気をつけるんじゃぞ。
Conductor, do you remember anything from before the Express got back up and running?
いやー、列車がこの世界に墜落してから起きたことについてはほとんど覚えとらん。あの頃のことは まるで濃い霧に覆われた車窓のようにいくら拭っても見えてこないのじゃ。
Seriously? Huh. Because it seems like Himiko does, but why wouldn't Pom Pom?
じゃが大丈夫。姫子が列車を修理してくれたおかげで俺はこうしてお前たちと一緒に唯一無二の旅ができておるんじゃからな。
Because also, it's not like he doesn't remember his whole journey before, right? Because he remembered the other members. But we went to Penacony, so why here? How did you and Himiko meet, Pom Pom?
姫子とはどうにも思い出せん。とにかくノックの音でとても長い眠りから覚めて気づいた時には姫子が乗車しておったんじゃ。
Seriously? You just accepted it?
姫子がドアをノックしたあの日、俺は夢から目覚めたような気持ちじゃった。列車の心臓が再び動き出し、一つずつ明かりが灯っていったのじゃ。
Have you heard the name Graphia
グ
though?
ラフィエ、知らんな。
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
眠っておるといつも見知らぬ誰かが夢に出てくるんじゃ。みんな列車の中をせわしなく動き回っておって、トントンカンカンと何かを叩く音が聞こえてくる。あれはまるでそう星が瞬くような音じゃった。
What, like the former members of the Express? Because, I mean, to be fair, he wouldn't have been alone after some of them had stopped by at Penacony and stayed there, right? There still would have been others left before he got here. So I guess something happened to them, and whatever it was that caused it, decided it was better no one really remembers. Don't know why though, but...
ところが目が覚めるといつも夢の中で見た顔を忘れてしまう。覚えておるのは大切に世話をしてもらったような感覚、その温かさと安心感だけなんじゃ。
I see. So that's probably going to be the thing that we're going to learn about in Himiko's update, right? Like, what exactly led her to making this decision? How'd she go from being a member of the Phantasmoon games here in Planet Arcadia to then just up and leave and join the Express? And how is it that she was supposedly the only one to be there when they possibly already had a whole crew here by the time they crashed here?
気をつけて行ってくるんじゃぞ。お前が留守の間、列車のことは俺に任せておけ。
サンデーさんからテレビ討論会でのいきさつは聞いている。ご苦労だったな。
Was everything okay on the
討論会
Express?
が始まった直後は列車に抗議する人々が駅前に集まり、侵入防止の警戒線を今にも乗り越えそうな勢いだったが、楽園天人が現れて彼らも避難せざるを得なくなったようだ。でっち上げの悪役と現実の脅威、どちらがより危険かは彼らにも明白だったんだろう。それよりも俺は君の方が心配だ。
Me? I'm feeling okay. Why?
君とマンガンの戦いの様子は映像で見た。テレビタワーの頂上に戻った時、君から何か巨大な力が放たれたように見えたんだ。
Oh, right, that.
宇宙ステーションヘルタで
I was
君
about
と
to
最初
say.
に会った時によく似ている。もしかして性格の力を使ったのか。
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's like, I thought it was gonna lead more into that and we get another hint of like, maybe like why the Stellaron was what woke me up or something, but no, it was just Tegas to Evanescence after. I don't know.
結果から見るに今の君は悪い状態ではなさそうだ。
Seriously, I don't look that any different. I don't know what you're talking about.
性格の力は願いによって呼び覚まされるようだが、その強大すぎる力は現実を歪ませてしまう。数千万の人々の眼力が押し寄せれば、そこには美しい願いや祝福だけでなく、企みや悪意も当然含まれている。それらが正確にどのような影響をもたらすか、 俺たちには知る由もない。どれほど便利に思えてもその力は慎重に扱った方がいいだろう。
Okay, sure. Alright, technically I do have a new form though, right? Though I haven't done anything with it yet. Let me see, where is this dumbass? Ah, here we go. Yeah, this. Yeah. Does it actually do anything? But it's like, I look the same anyway, right? Nothing changed. Oh, right, I do have these
生きるの
idle
が
ones now.
楽しくても苦しくてもそれが俺自身の選択じゃないなら
Might as well just
意味はない。
get these now. I will have to level them up eventually. Or I guess not level up, but get the right relics. Because at some point I'm gonna need to do this. But I'll be honest, I'm kind of too lazy to do that right now. I'll do it at some point, I promise. But like I said, I'm just kind of lazy to do it right now. Because I'm more focused on PGR. When I finish catching up to main story there, and my alpha's good, I'll come back and work on Elation version of me. Because to be fair, there's a lot of stuff I'll have to work on here, and I don't think I have the means to do that yet. Let's see. Okay, I have that. Just gonna level these up just a tiny bit. I'm not gonna do anything crazy.
旅の終点に着くことがご
And
褒
just
美
at
なんじ
least
ゃない。
activate that trace.
楽しみはいつだって旅の途中にあるんだ。
And this one too. Alright, I think that's good enough. What's this? Oh. Eh, you know what? I might as well start the trial. I don't really understand how he works that much, so might as well give it a
黒
chance.
は沸かすぞ。
Wait. Did he just dab?
盛り上がれ。
Oh my god, this dumbass dabbed. What the fuck? What the fuck are y'all doing to the Trailblazer? What is this,
黒は
Fortnite?
沸かすぞ。
God damn it. Great, now he dabs. Don't need this right now. Okay, let's understand how he works. Yeah, to all enemies, I remember that. Ultimate gain punchline, increase crit damage of one designated ally, dispels crowd control debuffs on that target. If the target has an elation skill, the target additionally gains certified banger. It really uses their elation skill. Otherwise, they're actually okay. Now, after using an attack, regenerates energy and gains punchline. With Trailblazer holds certified banger, their skill additionally deals minor lightning elation damage to all enemies. Elation skill deals multiple instances of damage, with each instance dealing minor damage to one random enemy. And last deals lightning elation damage that is split evenly among all allies. And after using it, increases all allies' elation when entering the next battle. Okay.
木は渦中にあり蛇雲一層
This. Do this next.
優越報復絶
Good. Not this.
最高の瞬間を彩ってやる。今ここはお前のステージだ。問題ない。あんたの番だ。
あら残念大凶よ。
すべての技は俺の手に。
消化勝利バトってみる。
こんなもんか。
人は天命に抗うことあた。それでも私はこの札を持って書店を見尽くさん。札が告げる兆しは大凶よ。
考えるだけじゃない、感じるんだ。おわった
火花のみんなお待たせ終わりが来る
ちがあらんことを承服。
考えるだけじゃない、感じるんだ。銀河二刀流って呼んでくれ。優越報復セット。
これでどうです
世の万物に法律人事なす。
やりますね。
占いましょう。そうよ、一体。
配信スター
あら残念、大凶よ。
全ての技は俺の手に。
Okay, bit of a better understanding with this. But again, I'm gonna change it for now. At some point, I will put him back, I promise. I know I also have to do it for remembrance, but I'll probably focus more on elation because that's the main concern I have. But yeah, anyway, let's talk and move on. Let me pick up whatever the hell this is. Nameless aha depth statement. Oh, right, this thing. Didn't I already get this before? Yeah, I did. Anyway.
来たか。ちょうどお前の話をしていたところだ。
What about?
正確にはお前と俺と美月、俺たち3人の話だな。
そう、うちら列車トリオのこと。
俺たち3人が共通の目的に向かって動いていないのは今回の二層楽園での旅が初めてだろう。お前は幻月遊戯の参加者となり、俺は執念深い敵とも友とも言えぬ相手と再会した。美月は食べて遊んで休日を見事に満喫していた。
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. You're the one who's actually getting a vacation here, because you're not doing anything. Meanwhile, me and Don Hung are risking our lives against the greater evils to save the mankind. What the hell have you been doing?
なんでうちは食べて遊んでただけになってるの？ちゃんと漫画もたくさん買ってるんだから。
That does not help your case.
未知の世界の文化に触れて、現地の人や風土を味わうついでに、自分で充電とセルフケアまで上手にこなすなんて、さすがうち。ねえ、あんたもそう思うでしょ？
I don't know. I feel like if I really want to understand, we'll have to switch places. You get to be the protagonist and deal with gods. I get to relax.
こうして立ち止まって気づいたが、俺はもっとお前たちを気にかけるべきだったかもしれない。
Dude, it's only been a couple days. You're overthinking it.
そうだよ。むしろうちらは炭鉱の方が心配だもん。
ジンは高校将軍からの提案を受け入れた。あるいはそれは彼が過去の因縁や豊穣の呪いを振り切り、自分のために何かしようと決意したことを意味するのかもしれない。彼が歩もうとしているのは九死に一生を得るような険しい道だ。ならば同行をと申し出たが断られた。ここからは俺もこの世界に目を向けなくては。高校将軍から要請があった。俺とベルトさんは防衛体制を固めるための準備に取り掛かる。
実はうちも忙しくなりそうなんだ。品津さんがパブで貴弱の手がかりを探るのに仲間が必要なんだって。たっぷり休憩は取ったし、そろそろ体を動かさなくちゃと思って一緒に行くことにしたの。
Look, if you're going to at the tavern, can you at least slug someone for me? The name's Sparksy. You'll figure out who she is. Can't believe we're splitting up again. Seriously, we only just got together for like 5 minutes.
そっちもね。帰ってきたら絵の世界の話をたっぷり聞かせて。
いいところに来たわね。ちょうどパールさんと話がついたところよ。一族の先祖グラフィエと絵の世界についてね。移動に必要なあれこれはパールさんの方で手配してくれることになったわ。
So, when should I set off?
深刻な状況だし、何より今回の任務であんたは彼女が長い間求めてきた秘密、グラフィエの現像技術に触れることになるかもしれないんだもの。十分に休養が取れたと思ったらいつでも海原市の港に行くといいわ。パールさんが手配してくれた船がそこであんたを待ってるはずよ。船の行き先はこちら側と絵の世界の境界、トガ船員と呼ばれる場所よ。そこがあんたが絵の世界へ入る前の最後の補給ポイントってことになるわね。今回はあんた一人での冒険になるけど、それほど危険な目に遭うことはないはずよ。何しろ行き先は一族の先祖が描いた場所だもの。そう考えると不思議なことにちょっとだけ安心するわ。もしもご先祖様に会えたら私に代わって挨拶してきてちょうだい。
You're not coming with me?
もちろん興味はあるわよ。ご先祖様と直接会って話を聞いてみたいとも思うけど、こっちの世界を放り出すわけにもいかないでしょ。パールさんは貴族への対抗策について私や高校将軍と話し合いたいそうだし、今回の絵の世界への旅はあんたに任せるわ。私から伝えておきたいのはこのくらいね。しつこいようだけどしっかり休んでから出発するのよ。ベルト。
Dude, that's ridiculous. Seriously, we're keeping her out of stuff again?
つまりあの女は出骨を連れて貪欲の体内に飛び込めって言ったってこと？あとはアイオンの遺産に任せろって？あとこれ私とジンの話だよね。なんでついてきたの？
まあまあ、お別れの挨拶をしたらすぐ行くから。ちゃんとした葬儀ね。僕流に言うなら盛大な幕引きってところだな。
そんなのどっちでもいい。私が気にしてるのはジンは死ぬしかないのかってこと。
狼ちゃん、一つ助言をしよう。生きるも死ぬも彼の問題だ。これだけは誰かが勝手に決めるべきじゃない。
降りた。いや、海鳥が岩に降りた。ただの鉄で作られた剣で不死の運命は断ち切れない。あの古獣は出骨を死に至らしめる数少ない存在だ。
後世の人々はこう語るだろう。主命の罪人は大義のために命を落として忌み物と共に深淵へと落ちていったと。
俺はお前が言うほど高潔なものではない。いつだったかお前に巡回レンジャーに誘われた時に断ったのも俺が心の狭い生まれつき大義を抱けるような人間じゃなかったからだ。今回のことも俺と出骨の因縁、ただそれだけだ。
ああ、やはりオタクは生まれながらの巡回レンジャーだ。ならこれ以上僕からは何も言うまい。
ねえ、本当にいいの？
長年死は俺にとって骨を蝕む修行のようなものだった。神に同じ苦しみを与えられるのなら、この身を焼き尽くすことになろうとも喜んで受け入れる。それに他人を巻き込む必要はない。あの女の提案通り、俺もろとも出骨を絵の世界の果てに葬り、貪欲に溶かす。
うまくいくことを祈ってる。
もう行っちゃうの？見送ってくれるなら最後まで付き合ってよ。
もっと大きなトラブルが二層楽園で僕を待ってるんだ。ああ、そうだ。オタクの直感は正しい。裏で邪魔してた豆粒の背後にいるのは鬼弱だ。
アッハの頭をボールにして蹴りたがるやつなんて他にいないでしょ。
というわけだから、そろそろ本業の方を片付けないといけない。
絶滅体君の調査なんて生きて帰れる仕事じゃなさそう。
もちろん報酬は弾んでもらうさ。
生きて受け取れるといいね。いっつもか。私と二人になると何も言わない。
言わなくても分かっているだろう。海鳥が飛んでいった。俺たちもそろそろ行こう。
二層楽園という世界の内に眠る恐ろしきもの、その名はウロボロス。
貪欲は宇宙の公害の後姿を消し、それから琥珀期が700以上も過ぎた今まで一度も現れていない。噂でその名前が挙がるのも500年前の出来事が最後よ。
虚構歴史学者は、ウロボロスはその頃に見守られながら銀河の果てに潜み、再び舞い戻る日を静かに待っていると主張しています。
聞いたことある。ただ私が聞いた話では銀河の果てじゃなくてピアポイントだったけどね。彼ら曰く孫悟は上辺を取り繕う仮面に過ぎず、カンパニーは貪欲を信仰する勢力だそうよ。
有機生命体は空想を好むものです。彼らはこうも言います。ルイス・フレミングは富のアイオンになろうと目論み、凡人院は原子博士の手先、市場開拓部に至っては壊滅と手を組み、正確の流通を黙認していると。挙げればキリがありませんが、将軍であればその真偽を見極められると信じています。
最後のだけは初耳だから、それは本当ということにしておこうかしら。
でもない息の量。この古獣が目覚めれば楽園は一瞬にして破滅するでしょうね。
現時点では仮説ですが、封印されているあの残骸はウロボロスの抜け殻である可能性が高いです。ここにある理由も優越とどのような関わりがあるのかも定かではありませんが、アイオーンの残骸は無視できない脅威です。古獣の災いを再び世に招くわけにはいきません。
ええ、私がここに来たのもそのためよ。そろそろ2人の七死人が到着する頃でしょう。うん、ちょうどね。
高校将軍の指示通り、二層楽園の十数箇所に沈め物を配置してきた。
ありがとう。これだけ迅速に配置できたのもベルトさんが無から有を生む妙法で数十枚の羽を複製してくれたおかげよ。これで陰と陽が合わさり子孫も揃った。最後の陣の目を埋めれば、実法光栄北海は完成する。
異例の心眼を用いてあらゆる可能性を捉える巨大な網を編む。本当に覚悟ができたのか。
出骨が打たれたにもかかわらず主張は消えるどころか鮮明になっている。考えれば考えるほどそのうごめく死体が元凶としか思えない。
息つく暇もないな。楽園の地脈は元より弱っていたが、今や古木の封印まで緩み始めている。比叡という人物が眠っている間、誰かが彼女に代わって見張る必要がありそうだ。
でも守りに徹するのは遵守のやり方じゃない。餌食になりたくないなら狩る側にならないと。
まさか自ら貪欲の意外を鎮めるために出向くつもりなのか。
まさか上楽天君でさえあの獣の抜け殻を封じるために北条の剣木の力を借りたのよ。神と肩を並べようだなんて傲慢な考えはない。今日ここに来たのはアイオーンをどうにかするためじゃなくて、狙いは小物。絶滅大君キジャク。この北海は彼のためのものよ。
目的は不明ですが、キジャクは裏で遊戯の邪魔をしています。彼と貪欲について私たちはほとんど何も知りません。しかし偶然、ある親切な市民から情報が寄せられました。
ウロボロスの侵害はアハトピアにある。そうですね。沈黙とは一種の皇帝です。似た反応はこれまでに数多く目にしてきました。
あなたが最初に気づくこと自体は驚くことではありません。弾丸には当時あなたもいましたから。気づく確率は 24% ありました。
それはいささか低すぎでは。少なくとも9割でしょう。
ですがこれは理解できません。仮説を検証する方法はいくらでもありますが、あなたが選んだのは最も異常なものです。 警備を突破しビルに侵入してまで私と対峙する。目的は何ですか？
対峙ではなく警告に来たんです。治安官があなたに会いに来る理由は一つしかありません。今は誰もが幻月遊戯に夢中ですが、超常現象管理局は別の場所を注視しています。
例えば新たな出現魔事件が解決した場所でしょうか？
その通りです。事件の主な関係者はレイメイジャー4人、七死人3人、探偵1人、治安官1人ですが、つい先ほど現場から10人目の足跡が見つかりました。
Oh. Wait, what? Wait, so there was someone else where we... in that void? Yeah. Yeah, so the four of them, myself, Himiko, and March, right? Asheville, and Kuchiba. Are you saying there was another person there? It wasn't that person who was pretending to beat me and trying to drag me closer to that space, right? It would have to be someone else? And again, it's like, I don't know. We haven't really seen Kuchiba do much to say that we can really trust her either, because I know she's not like directly working for the IPC, but I don't know how much we can trust her considering we don't really know anything about her.
意図的に残されたものと調査で判明したそうですね。明らかな挑発です。
And also, it's like, where would they even been able to hide, right? Because this is a pretty open space, unless you're saying it's like maybe they arrived before or after us. But it's like, that's a trace of someone else having been able to enter this space. That wasn't just us in that moment.
優越を壊滅させようとするタイ君が招かれざる客として現れた。二層楽園は言うまでもなく彼が念入りに選んだ舞台なんでしょう。北条をそそのかして舞台に上がらせたのだって決して気まぐれなんかじゃないはず。
ああ、今は出骨の血肉の処理が最優先だ。他の者の手に渡って再び災いをもたらすことがないようにな。
だが鬼弱が次にどう動くかにも気を配る必要がある。
そこでこの巨大な網の出番よ。星全体が演算の軌跡に組み込まれた時、無限の可能性が全て見えるようになるでしょう。そうなれば彼は足跡を残したくなくなるはず。
最後に一つ、絶滅大君はなぜ事件の現場を訪れたのでしょうか？何か企んでいるのか、それともただのいたずら？
そういうことは専門家に任せましょう。忘れないで、私たちにはじっとしていられない探偵がいるのよ。あまたの変数が積み重なって天秤をこっちに傾けてくれるといいんだけどね。
こうして遠方に旅立つゴンドラは出港しました。ワールドエンドで優越は再び貪欲に宣戦布告したのです。ギャッギャッギャッ、貧弱な人間ども、うろぼろ、この口を満たせる者がいたら褒美にこの舌をくれてやろう。愚者の羊飼いは彗星を取ってきましたが、それは貪欲の歯の隙間を埋めることさえできませんでした。バーテンダーのブラーチは酒蔵を開けましたが、ソはうたた寝を始めてしまいました。では 未着は？彼は貪欲に駆け寄り、その耳元で寒いジョークを言いました。貪欲はまるまる10個吐く気も考え込んだ末、ついに笑い出しました。未着は両手を広げてこう言いました。ほら、その口を笑い声で満たしてやったぞ。
それで
貪欲はこう言いました。よくもバカにしてくれたな。
嘘でしょ？
本当ですよ。勉強熱心な超高生さん。
Maybe that's why I was calling out to us, right? Like maybe that was Ouroboros trying to whisper to us. And because we had the Stellaron, maybe it would actually give him enough strength to break the seal. So maybe if it was Assad who was over there, maybe they wanted to confirm if the seal was completely foolproof or not, right? Or if Ouroboros was still there, or at least a form of it.
他の話も聞きたければ、皆さんとも交流してみてくださいね。
貪欲と貴族のこと調べに来たのに、3歳児しか信じなそうな話しか聞けなかったね。
とはいえ、火のないところに煙は立たない。どれだけ真実が含まれてると思うかはオタク次第だ。
少なくとも9割は作り話でしょ？
1割でも真実なら十分さ。結構人がいるな。話を聞いてみよう。
Oh, okay. Detective notes. Oh, finally, we have something like this. Okay, the case of the missing veracity. His system meticulously compiled the case details for the detective. A trail of unknown footprints appears at the abandoned station. A weird emoji running amok in the tavern. All clues point to Lord Ravager Assad Pramad. Detectives back on the case. Will you be able to track down the Leviathan's footprints in the tavern? P.S. The refrigerator's cooling system is down. Remember to repair it. Wait, he was here? Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, it's like... I forget, did we solve the thing with a Full Wish being a masked fool? Did we confirm that? I don't remember if we did, because they said they didn't remember anyone who looked like her there. Could it be that maybe instead Assad came here in her place, or pretended to be her? And that's how come he was able to, like, get the stuff he wanted from here? Maybe that's how it worked? I don't know. I'm just trying to think, because, like I said, I don't remember if we resolved that or not. If we did, then you can just ignore what I just said, but I just don't remember. This guy summoned comets to feed the veracity. Sounds like a fairy tale. But plenty of bartenders in Laughter's Tavern. He's the most famous one. Rumor has it he still hasn't paid off the tab for the time he cracked open the wine cellar. Feeding Leviathan corny jokes. Crazy idea. How do you doubt his wordplay would be enough for the veracity to feast on? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, why am I, like, so close to all these people? Like, give me some distance.
貪欲について調べてる？お前たちもこの運命を歩みたいのか？
貪欲の運命を歩むって暴飲暴食すること言ってる？
さすが！ちびっこはみんなでかいものかっこいいって思うだろ？ブルドーザーとか怪獣みたいな。俺の憧れはウロボロスター。 誰も勝てないだろう。
ちょっと落ち着いて。
貪欲の後人に俺はなる。みんな食ってやるんだ。うまいのもまずいのも食えるものみんな。ついに俺は鼻をつまんでルーズ年金を飲み込んだ。そうしたらソウが見てくれた。
ウロボロスがか？
あはだよ、残念。
いい加減にして、うるさ
あとあの先行嘘ついてるぞ。愚者は負けてなんかない。未着とドロシーが貪欲が気づかないうちにその皮をクレープみたいにくるくる丸めて盗んだんだ。それでソは消えちまった。ほら、コズミックフォースにも貪欲のカードってないだろ。俺は運営に抗議したのに。
集中して勉強しなさい。
Oh, okay. In our version of the story, Unwrap didn't tell a lame joke. He and Dorothy made up with Aeon Shed skin. Dorothy. I haven't seen that name in ages. She has ties to En route too. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, there we go. Sorry, just had to do
記
it.
憶力に頼るよりメモを取った方がいいなんて言いますが、私は記憶力も良くないくせにメモも取らないんですよね。
じゃあ筆箱はスカスカ？
おや、よくお分かりで。私たちは同志だったようですね。字が読めない愚者はたくさん見てきましたが、私たちのように勉強を好む愚者は珍しいですよ。笑いの神様の知識を研究したいんですよね。参考書を持ってるので差し上げます。
Let me see. A book signed by Scarecrow that records tales of masked fools who dare to offend Ions. View this as a rite of passage in a fool's career. Okay. Sure. Alright, I'll read it. Paper second one day toward the Amber World. Borrowing some of the poor sap's iris, the fool, shapeshifter, donned a sharp suit and boarded a shuttle at Pierpoint Skyport. Flashed a warm smile at every passenger in the cabin. Billionaires wealthy enough to rival nations, monarchs of galactic belts, board members of industry monopolizing foundations, all whom emptied their coffers for a single pilgrimage, an audience with the Amber Lord. The shuttle pierced through the debris disk, drawing near the Amber Lord's colossal form. They had stood there since before sentient life was born, and would likely remain long after sentient life had vanished. Following the countless marks left over the aeons, on the subspace crystalline barrier, some prayed in silence, some wept softly, while the Amber Lord offered no response. Who would notice a single speck of dust in the vast expanse of space? The full-carved shapeshifter was here into the glacier, but took his leave without a second glance. Alright. Remnant dream of the primeval Imperium. It's a map veracity. Ouroboros, the ancient Leviathan that survived the Dusk Wars, was said to have chased Aha all the way to the roots of the imaginary tree. Oh great, the imaginary tree again, here we go. A fool named En route attempted to confirm the truth of this tale, but alas, he couldn't run as fast as Aha. He was caught by Veracity's small hole. Wait, so En route's a person? Okay. Who would have guessed that inside of Veracity's belly lay a wondrous world of its own? Veracity was so massive that the lives previously devoured had established their own kingdoms, their own stomach walls. Thumb-sized dwarves, clever horse folk, talking comet cicadas. En route explored this place with delight, counted fellow swallowed fools, Dorothy, Braggy, and Shefford. Together they adventured, found Veracity's heart, and gave it a good kick, or belched out into the universe with a mighty wrench. En route quickly plucked off the Veracity's shadow and spread it over the fools like a blanket. Shefford then tossed out a comet, and a dim-witted Ouroboros was drawn to its light. Fools finally escaped with their lives. Not that Callus Fool sought the treasures within the Veracity's belly, but none has ever caught so much as a glimpse of the Veracity again. Everyone is Idrila. Oh, right, this. After the Aeon of Beauty vanished, the fool Davin made a proclamation at the tavern, instantly attracting a massive following, chanting everyone is Idrila. They sparked an artistic storm and launched a reckless charge toward pushing the boundaries of the path of beauty. For example, they stuck bananas to agates, polyvinyl chloride tape, scrubbed graffiti on every household item inside, and proclaimed them great works of art. They even found time to fight a few copyright lawsuits, the IPC. That was until they arranged space junk across the entire planet's surface to form Idrila's visage. At which point, the Knights of Beauty finally rounded them all up. However, after 7 days and 7 nights of deliberation, the hastily convened Round Table of Knights of Beauty ultimately decided to release the fools, since to punish them, they would have to acknowledge that these depictions actually resembled Idrila. No, that's fair. It's like, it would mean that they're actually besmirching that image of beauty. Afterwards, say no to Aha. Having come this far, it seems I must tell my own story. The night before I finished this piece, a visitor casually strolled into the tavern, sat up beside me, and ordered us each a bomb's first drop. They didn't introduce themselves, but I already knew who they were. They said, "Buddy, here you write a little book. I've read it. Quite interesting, but there are a few points worth discussing." Less impatiently as they spoke and rejected every single change they proposed. They downed the last drop of the bomb in 1 gold, then left the tavern. Shooting figure looking utterly forlorn.
適当なこと言われてる気がするけど。でもありがと
う。お礼なら先輩たちに。これを編纂するために彼らはアイオンというアイオンを敵に回し、さらに空の手から生還したのですから。私はただ書物を流通させただけですよ。
みんな、授業初日はどうだった？特別にお迎えに来てあげたよ。
Oh god, yeah, you would be here. Hold up, let me check my stuff. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's try to read this how it should be. Shepherd, this guy someone comments to feed the Veracity? Sounds like a fairy tale. The fool who en route met inside the belly of the Veracity. Pretty much similar to an extra dragged in to make up the numbers in the soap operas Mr. N loves watching. Braggy. There are plenty of bartenders in Laughter's Tavern, but he's the most famous one. Rumor has it he still hasn't paid off his debt for that time he cracked open the wine cellar. Fiend Leviathan corny jokes. Crazy idea. I highly doubt his wordplay will be enough for the Veracity to feast on. In our version of the story, en route didn't tell a lame joke. He endured that he made off with the Aeon shed skin. A bizarre story, en route once ventured into the belly of the Veracity, managed to escape after plucking their shadow. Dorothy. Haven't seen that name in a while. She has ties to en route too? Scarecrow? I guess he could be considered a friend of mine. This guy actually wrote a book? Not really sure I get it.
今までどこ行ってたの？ドアを開けてくれたと思ったらいなくなっちゃうし。まさかまた変なこと考えてないよね。
まだ疑ってるの？今の傷ついちゃう。
Please, you instantly break a promise just at the drop of a hat if it gave you 1 extra penny.
漫画の時なんて一人でパブ中の絵文字を相手取ってワールドエンドで大激戦を繰り広げてたのに仮面まですり減らしてさ。
Look, you want me to follow you, just ask.
ただ、ここで一番ありふれてるものって噂話だよ。貪欲がアハに噛みついたり、アハが貪欲を追いかけ回したり、そんなのいちいち調べてたらいつまでたっても終わらないんじゃないかな。
一旦情報を整理しようか。今ある手がかりは確かにめちゃくちゃだ。
でしょ？だから火花は発想を転換して友達から不思議な道具を借りてきたの。 の電球をつけると賢くなるんだって。
お友達はあんたが借りてること知ってるの？
貴族に銃を突きつけられてるのにそんなこと気にしてるの？大丈夫、どうせいつかわかるから。
そう？じゃあまずうちが試してみようかな。
どうもうさんくさいが、本当に大丈夫なのかい？
うん、もし本当に危ない時は頭の中のある子が守ってくれるから。
効果はなさそうだな。
完全に理解したよ。直接結論に切り込んでくね。絶滅大君が敵なら解明すべき疑問はただ一つ。貴弱がどうやって優越を壊滅させるつもりなのか。
前言撤回。効果てきめんだ。
ナヌークが大君を抜擢する時の傾向から考えて、貴弱が元仮面の愚者でアッハの弱点を知ってたとしてもおかしくないと思う。アイオーンと運命の縮図になってる二層楽園で人々は偽りの快楽に溺れて抜け出せなくなってる。いろんな人が不満を言ってるの。こんなの全然優越じゃない。アッハは自滅しようとしてるって。
典型的な社会派の推理だな。少々古いが役に立つ。真相にまた一歩近づいたようだ。
そう、答えはもう目の前にある。貴弱はあんただよ、火花。
証拠は？
あるよ。単純すぎてみんな見落としてたの。証拠は、あんたはうちがこの世界で列車を降りて最初に会った人だから。
ねえ、もし火花が本当に貴弱だったら君と足毛ちゃんは生きて学校を出られたかな？
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. Even if it's like we were, because then, considering the whole thing was Sparkle, they wouldn't have been able to come back together as one individual, right? And even just discounting that, it's actually sad. If she already had that much power from the beginning, why wouldn't she have just stopped us then and there? Even if it was a sub-Vermont taking the guise of an Imaginite created from Sparkle's live streaming content.
それはそうだね。
もうそれ外して。
おかしいな。筋が通ってると思ったんだけど。
一つ教えてあげるね。推理に必要なのは義理とか人情じゃなくて、計算し尽くされたトリックと厳密なロジック。見て見て、本格派ミステリの巨匠、花火だよ。
わざわざこのために着替えたの？
まずウロボロスは食べることが好きでしょ。そしてソに食べられたものは消えてなくなっちゃう。つまり貪欲も壊滅の一種なの。これは一人二役の古典的ミステリー。優越を殺そうとしてるのは貪欲が演じる絶滅大君貴弱。あれ、花火何言ってるの？
もう本格派じゃなくてポンコツ派じゃん。
やっとわかった。その電球は仮説を合理的にできる道具か。
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't really seem to actually be doing what you think it does.
これが今一番信用できる情報だな。
そんな真面目にならないでよ、名探偵ちゃん。君の腕前見せてくれない？あ、ところ は何派？
僕かい？僕はハードボイルド派だ。緻密な謎解きはせず、スピーディーに問題の急所を狙う。オタクの見解は確かに正しい。キジャクはナヌークがアッハを暗殺するための道具だ。キジャクが何を企んでいるにせよ、その目的は変わらない。一般的に知られてるアイオンを殺す方法は3つあるが、わかるかい？
大きい運命が小さい方を飲み込むのと、アイオン同士の戦いと、あとなんだっけ？
アイオンを自らの運命に背かせることだ。
Oh yeah, because then it's like they wouldn't be that leader anymore, right? They wouldn't be the embodiment of what they're supposed to be. Guess that makes sense, because yeah, then they wouldn't be the right person for it, right? Kind of like how Sparksy's existence kind of like was overriding Sparkle and her abilities, right? Because Sparkle was no longer the main like either emanating revelation or just the kind of person she was. Turning away their own path, really? But like, what conditions would you have to do in order to do that? Okay.
でもどれも二層楽園でできるのかな。そもそもキジャクがバカンスじゃなくて仕事をしに来たってどうして言い切れるの？
地面の下からとんでもないお宝が出てきたからさ。ウロボロスに関する物語からもいくつか注目すべき名前が掘り出されてる。
What? Dorothy and those en route? Yeah, Bragi, en route, and Dorothy. Let's go en route first.
そう、僕が一番気になってるのが彼だ。
Yeah.
物語のパターンは何通りもあったが、結局同じところに行き着く。
Because that's what I was thinking. En route was starting to seem more like I thought it was gonna be like a type of subject or something, but no, it was an actual individual.
未着は何らかの方法で貪欲に勝った。
確かに。でもその未着って誰なんだろう？あんたは知ってる？
Is it an alias maybe? Or maybe it's one of those names that's like they just move the letters around to hide their true identity?
未着。
もちろん知っているはずですよ。パブでその名前を知らない人はいませんから。大昔ジョークに嫌気がさしたその名の持ち主は仮面を捨てて去っていきました。彼が弔い霊人になったという人もいれば、Xのブラックホールに飛び込んだという人もいます。しかしそんなことはどうでもいいんです。重要なのは火花さん。僕の大爆笑火花を取ったのはやっぱりあなただったんですね。
そんなことだろうと思った。
返してください。それは大口のお客様が急ぎで求めているものなんです。
返してたなんて人聞きが悪いな。火花はこの子が迷子になってたからお家に連れてってあげただけだよ。でも欲しいの？ならあげるね。
やめてください。あれ、返してくれるんですか？あなたらしくないですね。
やめて。なら火花がもらっとくね。バイバイ。
待ってくださいよ。
だな、私立探偵を雇ってみないかい？
ちょっと。
僕の代わりに彼女を捕まえられるんですか？
もちろん。半日もあれば必ず品物も回収できることを請け合おう。ただその代わりにさっきの話をもう少し詳しく聞かせてくれないか？
ああ、彼が狙いですか。いいでしょう。 ですが情報には価値があります。僕は安売りしませんよ。探偵料をタダにするだけでは少々足りないんじゃないですか。
いいねで買おう。
パールさんにつけといてくれ。
冗談ですよ。お金の話なんて野暮ですからね。請求列車とはお付き合いがありますし、ぼったくったりはしません。あなた方が探しているその未着は、名前の通りたどり着けない場所はなく、まだ行っていない場所があるだけという人物です。仮面の愚者の鏡である彼は歓迎されない場所にしか現れません。例えば弔い霊人の舞台や友人の結婚式、果てには貪欲の口の中、すべては優越のためです。
話がつながった。噂話の原型はこれか。それでその彼はオタクの友人なのか。
まさか。僕が子供だった時にはすでに歴史の教科書に出てくる人でしたよ。彼がパブを去ったのは第二次繁栄の頃で、3万丁ものジョークを聞いた後、二度と笑わなくなったのだそうです。パブを去る前に彼は一言残したのですが、当時は誰も気に留めもしませんでした。それが、優越はとっくの昔に死んだです。
パブを去って彼はどこに行ったんだ。
さあ、パブにいる人はてんで勝手なことを言いますから。ただ一つ知っているのは、彼が本当のワールドエンドに行くと言ってそれきり姿を消したことだけです。
それどうやって知ったの？
長いこと裏の世界を渡り歩いてますから、つてがあるんですよ。僕だってちゃんと仕事しているんですから。とにかくこの散歩を信じておけば大丈夫です。それって火花の件ですが。
任せてくれ。男に二言はない。
Ah, okay. Good. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Rude is a fool who loves going to places where he isn't welcome. Left the tavern after the second prosperity, heading for the true world's end. Interesting. So it's kind of similar to like how Yao Guang can always just end up in the most random of the places, but it seems more like he's actually able to control it compared to Yao Guang, who's it's more just a phenomena that she possesses. Wait, what? We're the expert. Okay, wait, then why am I talking to March then?
ほら言っただろう。1割でも真実なら十分だって。
そうだね。でも未着の言葉って結構怖くない？
未着には怪しい点が多すぎる。きっと鬼弱とも関係があるんだろう。だがパブはもう調べ尽くした。次はもう一人の専門家に会いに行こう。おっと、噂をすればなんとやらだな。オタクを呼び出すとはさすが泉州の将軍だ。
Ah, okay, Ruan Mei. Yeah, I guess she would be the only other person we could talk about stuff like this.
私も驚きました。ポンパロスを離れてまだ間もないというのに、皆さんはまた絶滅大軍に目をつけられてしまったのですね。
ルアンメイ？それに天
高校将軍の指示を受けまして、ちょうど間に合ったようですね。
先週からの頼みでは断れないと思い招きに応じましたが、実際に来てみてこの旅が無駄ではなかったと分かりました。早速本題に入りましょう。ウロボロスはすでに死んでいて、その死は幾重にも隠されています。
驚くことではないな。宇宙の公害の後、ソは姿を消し、行き先については諸説ある。博識学会は貪欲は満腹になったから休眠に入ったと主張してるが、僕はそうは思わない。食後のうたた寝が好きな学者連中のことだ。自分たちを重ねてるんだろ
う。驚かないのですね。まあその右手の影もその証拠の一つですから、当然といえば当然でしょう。皆さんにお話ししてはどうでしょう。あの時巡回レンジャーがウェンワークで経験したことを。
ウェンワークか。
生命のウェンワーク。あのウリンの星では不思議な現象が見られるそうです。生い茂った植物が雑草のように刈り取られるサイクルを数十年単位で繰り返しているのだとか。まるで幻月遊戯のように。
どういうこと？植物とか成長とかって豊穣をイメージするものじゃないの？ちょっと待って。
お気づきのようですね。そう、豊穣も2つの世界の共通点なのです。
偶然も重なりすぎればもはや偶然とは言えません。シナズさん、いえ巡回レンジャーの首領ラマンチャさん、七死人さんに説明してもらえませんか？
ウェンワークの時にはもう僕は巡回レンジャーではなかったけれども、オタクの仮説はおおよそ合ってる。生命を研究課題にする天才はオタクだけじゃない。僕が駆けつけた時、人類退化実験は今にも始まろうとしていた。原子博士の狙いは太古の居住。ウェンワークの地下にも貪欲の残骸があったんだ。
あなたが彼を食い止めたのですね。
いや、止めたのはレンジャーたちだ。語り部君はあの時まだ人間だった。
そうでしたか。今アハトピアの地下深くにも古獣の死骸が埋まっています。私の推測が正しければ数えきれないほどの星々で似たようなことが行われているはずです。アッハはウロボロスの体を星々に封じ込めては豊穣で抑え込み、ゲームと称して貪欲の運命の力を吸い取る。それが幻月遊戯なのでしょう。
でもなんでアッハ たがそんなことしてるの？
きっと覚えていますよね。列車は私に古獣の亡骸を運んでくれたことがあります。ただあれが唯一のコレクションというわけではないのです。古獣の亡骸を年代順に並べると面白い事実が浮かび上がりました。1500期以上前のとある時、アキビリが理想のために旅を始めたばかりの頃です。その時を境に貪欲の創造物は皆同じ期間、未来を失っていました。
それはどういう意味だ？
これは捕食行為の目的が変わったことを意味します。繁殖体も円獣も虚空クジラも貪欲の運命を歩む獣たちは遺伝子情報の中から味覚器官に関する因子を失い、ただ飲み込むことしか知らない生きたブラックホールと化したのです。これは決して自然な進化によるものではありません。模擬宇宙を通じて調査したところ、貪欲の運命からある概念が消失するという分岐点が見つかりました。考えてみてください。未来がもたらすものは何でしょうか？
美味しそう？
その通りです。味わうという行為は優越に属します。
Oh, and to go against that, it would rid itself of it. Yeah, because it would be of like excitement, of wonder, of surprise.
アッハは貪欲の原動力を盗んだの？
Wow. Okay, interesting. Let me go a bit further to make sure I understand this completely. Sealed Ouroboros' body among the stars, the present were abundant. Sign for the power to path for us. Called it a game. Wait, so that's the power that these games are giving? It's from that. Oh. Oh, I see. At least I think this is what I'm understanding. How we're always able to absorb wish power as strength or even fear. It could come from elation, right? Because always something happens once chaos happens and it can result in anything. Similarly, that's how you absorb a unique power to become the fuel for whatever you're capable of. So we're consuming that. Yeah, then it changed. Yeah, and I guess they would have the body, or the carcass, because it's kind of the same how like Ruin May was even able to try to recreate the propagation, right? Like the bug before. Yeah, and I guess I could see why it's like the definition would change. That's insane.
模擬宇宙の結果では何の証明にもなりませんが、生命の原始的な渇望はもとより互いに絡み合っているものです。
And it's funny because again, it's like at first you think this sounds so abstract, but then it's like when you really go down to like the root words and stuff, it actually seems plausible. Wow.
ただの直感ですが、優越と貪欲、この二柱のアイオンの因縁は太古の昔から続いているのでしょう。
それを知ってるのはどれくらいいるんだ？
昔は2人だけでした。余生徒にしか教えませんでしたから。今は5人。 この先は分かりません。
アッハとウロボロスの因縁を利用して神々の戦いを引き起こすか、交錯する運命に互いを飲み込ませるか。アイオーンを殺す3つの方法のうち少なくとも2つは二層楽園で条件を揃えられる。ここまで来れば貴弱がバカンスに来たなんて思うやつはいないだろうな。
ではそろそろそちらの由来についてお話しいただけますか。
影のことか。これはウェンワークとは関係ない。
と言いますと。
縁とでも言っておこうか。実は請求列車と関わるのも絶滅大軍を相手にするのも今回が初めてじゃない。僕の故郷がチューラに壊滅させられた時、昔のナビゲーターに会ったことがある。
ナビゲーターって列車の？
Oh, right. The person before Himiko, right? Which, again, we still don't really know who that is.
ああ。
Oh, no, right. I see.
当時すでに引退済みだったが。
Okay. No, yeah, because we heard that name before.
影のことは彼から教わった。試験の話では、彼と列車が宇宙の辺境を開拓した時に残された数ある遺産のうちの一つだそうだ。それで僕はレンジャーを率いて影を鎮圧し、チューラを暗殺する計画を立てた。だが、なぜ影がそこにあったかは知らない。
Interesting. So that's where he kind of gained that power. But again, then it brings up a question: why did I see know where it was?
シナズさん、何かおかしいと思いませんか。
おかしい？
重なりすぎた偶然はもはや偶然とは言えません。実験データの曲線グラフも完璧すぎるとかえって不気味です。念のためもう一度整理してみましょう。
Yes, please. I want to make sure I have a good understanding of this, because honestly, I'm still a loss at a bit of these things. So, glad she's gonna give us our bearings for this. So let's see.
先ほどお二人はパブでどんな情報を得ましたか。
That would be the existence of en route and about the shadow being taken.
貴弱かもしれない人が貪欲の秘密を知ってるっぽくて、あとその人は姿を消す前にワールドエンドに行くって言い残したみたい。
Okay. Oh, right, yeah. So en route supposedly Asad Pramad being the origin or the bartender in this place?
では先ほどシナズさんは影が誰の遺産と言っていましたか。
前のナビゲーターが列車が宇宙を開拓した時の遺産って言ってたんだよね。
Right. Wait, but how would he know, right? Unless he was a masked fool, how would he have been privy to that information in the first place? Well, I mean, technically we're also able to enter here and we're not masked fools, but still.
ではもしワールドエンドがパブのことではないとしたら、それはどこなのでしょうか。
Oh. Wait, hold up. Oh, okay, so where did they go? What, like the opposite side of the world? Parallel to, where, the tavern is? Nah, that'd be too simple.
それ答えられる人いないんじゃない？アケビリも知らないでしょ。待って、まさか。
未着が行くのは歓迎されてない場所だけ。
Wait, hold. No. Don't fucking tell me.
パブを去った後、請求列車に乗ったのか。
Oh my god. I was like, she said really, but that has to do with the Astro Express, right? But no fucking way. So they went to the Express. What? Did they pretend to be someone on the Express? And again, is that like long ago, or is that towards the present? Because I forget in what point in time this would have happened. Are you serious?
探偵ごっこはそこまでだ。
Okay, never mind. I guess it is recently. God damn, we've been played. Lord Ravager Asa Pramod is back. The laughter, but he's a joke. En route heading for the true world's end. The Astro Express. Haven't in a long time. Old friend. Are you serious? The Astral Express. But it... the funny thing is that makes sense, because traveling beyond the cosmos and everything. And it would be where Legion ends. You gotta be kidding me, bro. What the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck? Okay, now this is getting interesting. Oh great, he's in a space similar to the kind of like I was in.
俺の計画を狂わせられるやつは多くない。
Oh, new monsters, cool.
だがあんたは昔も今もその数少ない一人だ。
やっぱりオタクだったか。
知ってるだろう、坊主。俺は押しかけるのは大好きだと。
What the hell is that? It's a mask? Okay. Seriously, what the fuck, bro? The Express was the answer?
パールが海原市の港に迎えの船を手配してくれてるんだよな。
I mean, we have kind of been highlighting, and again, to be fair, we have been... I'm only realizing this now, but we were kind of raising our own death flag, saying we'll see each other again after we complete our own objectives. You gotta be fucking with me, dude. What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. But again, it's like, at what point in time did Asad Pramod actually get to the Astro Express, though? At what point? And what, did they disguise as someone? Because, again, Sparkle was able to. Asad Pramod could have, with his identity as en route, so... Is it that there's an imposter among us? Oh
これ
boy.
から行くところにグラフィエの手がかりがあるらしいけど、本当なのか？
Best farewell to the world. Head to the dog meet with the reception staff. Okay. Yeah, this is getting really weird. And actually, now that I think about it, does this also have to do with why Pom Pom doesn't know anything, right? Because maybe something happened at that point in time and Asad Pramod was there and that's why things are kind of weird and doesn't remember anything. But again, why would it be so many details? But like Himiko seems to know about it, but Pom Pom doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying Pom Pom would be that integral and remember everything, but to that extent where it seems like two different things are happening, I don't know. Oh, okay. You know what? I'll play a dice game before we continue. I'll just do it just for the sake of it. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to skip through this. Yeah, I'll just go with Acheron. She's never failed me. Give me a second. I'm just switching my AirPods real quick. There we go. Okay, let me re-roll all of these ones. Oh my god, this is even worse. What the hell? Oh, this is a disaster. Great. Well, damn, while defending you gain a re-roll attempt? Oh, that's bullshit. Not good for me. Okay, good. Their rolls suck. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. But seriously, I was getting such an overload, but it was like, it was confusing because the information didn't really seem to piece, so I'm glad there Ruan May actually decided to take the time to explain this to her, because I'll be honest, I would have been confused as hell. Okay, yeah, let's use the repeater. There we go. Let me re-roll these in case. Again. Just give me a 4, damn it. What the hell? Fine. Just take this. I don't really have an option. Fuck you. Oh, wait, but I ignored the Huh? Oh, because the two numbers, I see. I was confused as to, like, how is that possible? That they're doing 4 damage when it's only 1 difference. Alright. Let's get moving. But wait. Wait, could this be a trap too? Is that what this is? Because, I mean, to be fair, Evanescia supposedly said she can't really contact us or help us, right? But who's to say that she already wasn't able to by that point? That was actually someone else, right? Because if Sapamar could be anybody, could it be possible that they're like Evanescia too? Because again, like I said, it's like, it was a weird segment to like something completely different. And I mean, I'm going by myself. I'm not really confident in this, but I don't know. Things are just getting so trippy right now. Yeah, we'll definitely do a bit more of this before we move on. Because, I mean, to be fair, I did spend a good amount of time just yapping. So at least we'll try to advance the plot a bit more before we continue. Okay, do this and this. Reroll this. Better. Let's do this. Oh boy. Oh wait, no, I still get to attack. Yeah. And defending immediately deals 2. Oh, okay. If all dice... Oh no, I'm trying to... Oh, okay. If all dice selected for this defense show odd numbers, deals 4 instant damage? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, at least I break even here. Good.
Hora, これも銀河を漫遊する意義だ。
お待ちしておりました。こうしてまたあなたにお使いできる機会が巡ってきて何よりです。
Oh, okay. Oh wait, no, but they said Pearl sent someone for me for this, right? So, I guess we're actually fine? I guess. Unless that messenger was also some of this kind. I don't know. I'm starting to believe maybe I shouldn't trust anyone again. Just like back in the other games. Alright, this was the guy who was supposed to give us that tour at one time, right? Till, Nilex intervened?
実は以前、パール様があなたを主聖ビルに招待された際も、私がご案内する予定だったのですが。
Honestly, I'm still
詐欺師に役目を横取りされてしまいまして。
I'm still kind of confused. We never really got that resolved, right? Because is it just me or we kind of just let that slide under the radar? Because before we were like, oh, someone imposter, like maybe similar to like how Sparkle intervened when Scott was supposed to help us, and it was just something crazy instead, right? It's like we never really dealt with like Nihilux like apologizing forward or confronting Pearl or whatever. So, and again, like her knowing Pearl's ID number or something, I'm like, is there more to Nihilux than we know? But we kind of just let that slide. Wonder we'll probably confront it at some point, but I guess it's just too early for that.
私はフィールド、パール様の命を受け、目的地までご案内いたします。とんでもございません。海原市での対戦、私もずっと拝見しておりました。あなたのような英雄のお力になれるなど光栄の至りです。今回の目的地についてすでにパール様からお聞きになられましたか
？She only told me to come here. I don't know anything more.
承知しました。突発的な事態のせいでパール様も手が離せないのでしょう。では、私からご説明させていただきます。私たちがこれより向かうのはトガ船員という名のホテルでございます。そこは鳩川の支流が海へと注ぎ込む終着点に位置し、絵の世界と現実が交わる境界の一つとなっています。
What does this have to do with Graphia, though?
そこはかつてグラフィエが住んでた場所だったんだよ。伝説によると属性乳牙の奇跡はそこでなされたみたい。パールさんみたいな筋金入りのファンがそんな聖地をほっとくはずないよね。
Why do you know this? Nihilux, when'd you get here?
噂じゃパールさんは小切手にサラサラっと天文学的な数字を書いて土地を丸ごと買い取ったんだって。
Really?
おまけに市場に出回ってるグラフィエの遺作を贋作かどうかも調べずに片っ端から購入したとか。
I mean, I do remember she was interested in Graphia's work, but I didn't think that extent. Sounds a bit obsessive, doesn't it?
はあ、お金さえあれば本当にやりたい放題できるんだね。
Yep.
しかもこれはまだ序の口で、彼女グラフィエはまだ生きてるって堅くなに信じてるみたいでさ。部下たちを総動員させてグラフィエに関する噂を根こそぎ、それこそ地の底まで掘り起こす勢いで調べたらしいよ。で、あちこちから赤髪の美人をとにかく集めたんだって。ま、どれも誰かが想像で描いた偽物の現像種だったらしいけど。
Huh? Redheads?
きっと彼女、
Very specific.
その時こんなリアクションしたんじゃないかな。目標、オリジナル個体の捜索、エラー、粗悪な魔法を大量に発見って。
You don't mean Graphia's descendants, right?
あなたは主生ビルにいた詐欺師。
主生ビル？私生まれてこの方一度もそんなとこ行ったことないけど。
言い逃れはできませんよ。監視カメラにしっかり映っていましたからね。服だって当時のままでしょう。
爪が甘かった。まあ落ち着いて。今日は君の仕事を奪いに来たわけじゃないから。
よくもまあそんなことが言えますね。私が話したかったことも本来なら秘密にすべきこともベラベラと喋ってくれたじゃありませんか。あなた一体誰なんですか。
Allow me to introduce her. This is the Emperor of the Fluffy.
この人は聖天航路モフモフ号の作者二次元ホース先生だ。
そうだったのですか。いや、これはとんだご無礼を。まさかホース先生とこのような形でお会いできるとは。大きな声を出してしまい申し訳ございません。先ほどのことはどうか忘れていただけないでしょうか。
ふふん、いいっていいって。別に気にしてないから。
And who are the two big fellas behind you?
私ってば有名な漫画家だしさ、ボディーガードを2人くらい連れてたって別におかしくないでしょ？
Why do I get the feeling that instead they're trying to watch to make sure you don't use her basically giant like paycheck?
先生、
Again.
現実を受け入れたらどうだ。今はあんたの護送中だろ。
My bad. Checkbook. That's what I was thinking. I don't know why that doesn't come to mind. But then again, it's not like I use checkbooks, so I wouldn't really. Like, no, it's pretty old-fashioned.
あなたの資産の信用度はすでにマイナスです。パール様はあなたに最もの時間を完成させるという生き残る道を与えてくださいました。
Wow. So her whole career is hanging in the balance of her being able to complete her next work. That's amazing. Damn.
私のせいじゃないの。主成ビルの合金パムキングを覚えてる？あの時支払いをパールさんにつけようとしたらバレて借金ってことにされちゃったのよ。
Right. Yeah, I remember. Why the hell did you even think that was a good idea in the first place?
フィギュアがあんなに高いなんて思わないでしょ普通。私の貯金じゃ全然足りなくって。
What are you talking about? The person at the counter literally told you how much it was going to be, and that's why you decided to charge it the pearl. Didn't you just release a new volume? How the hell are you still broke?
版権料も原稿料も全部ムースコインに突っ込んじゃって。
Great. Went to Bitcoin and that. Nice. Fan-fucking-tastic. Your book won't just say so.
有り金を全部溶かしちゃったの。
I swear, I'm never letting you hold onto my wallet. Ever.
それで今は彼女を缶詰状態にして執筆させようとしているのですね。
お察しの通りです。目標、原稿料による債務の帳消し、予定期間56日。
ねえ、今の聞いた？これから行くところはホテルなんかじゃない。地獄だよ、地獄。原稿が終わらないと無知で撃たれる地獄なんだよ。
This reminds me of the same thing. I forget what was it? I don't remember if it was a cartoon or an anime, but to make sure the person continued writing the whole time, they just locked them in a room. That was basically like a prison cell. I think it was an anime, but yeah. Seems like the deadline's actually deadly. Good luck with that.
船が来ました。準備がよろしければ出発しましょう。
Damn, we're going
船
on
に
a
乗る際
yacht.
はくれぐれも足元にご注意ください。
Damn, better be as big as Niji Sanji's yacht, or how much of the VTubers' money they kept using. But no, this isn't actually a yacht. It is actually just
も
a
う
boat.
着きますよ。
Wish it was
雪
a
が
yacht.
舞う絵画のほとり、トガ船員
Stick
で
it up
す
to。Niji Sanji.
水面に浮いてるのってウイか？
Oh yeah.
おや、ウが多すぎて航路を塞がれてしまいました。ですが、慌てる必要はありません。私の指示通りにすれば大丈夫です。
船員港に到着しました。どなた様もお忘れ物ございませんようご確認ください。またお降りの際はお足元にご注意ください。またのご利用をお待ちしております。
Damn, this kind of reminds me of like those ice chalets that you see people just like rich people have just to get away from everything, right? But it's like also the kind where it's like you always have those kind of like murderers on the loose just prowling through the wild or through the snow to like hunt you down or something. Please don't let that happen here, please. Oh, ice block. Oh yeah, this is a new mechanic, isn't it? They're fragile. Attacking an ice block with a bow and arrow will cause it to crack, and attacking again will shatter it. Dropping on the surface of an ice block or hitting it by jumping from below will have the same effect. Okay, cool. Oh, and a speed boost. I mean, that's obvious. Okay, so just do this. There we go. Oh, and I see. Basically, a hyper jump allows you to do more damage to the ice. Gotcha. That's cool. Oh wait, actually, let me go back. Don't know if I checked up here for coins. Let me just be sure. Okay, fine, there are no coins. But I had to check. What about here? Nope. Okay, fine. I'll go. Oh, there's a tree there too. Oh no, don't tell me there's gonna be something happening over there. Like monsters are gonna spawn there or something. Please. Can't be bothered. Snowflakes falling to shattered ice block cause them to refreeze. Oh, okay, that's cool. I was about to say, it's like, how the hell am I supposed to get there unless somehow I had to shoot an arrow, jump on it, and glide through? Is that... Oh shit! Okay, this is actually kind of terrifying. Okay. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, nothing else there. Cool.
セーフ。氷山にでもぶつかるんじゃないかってヒヤヒヤしたよ。
Please don't reference the Titanic. In this world, it probably would happen if we stayed there for 5 more seconds and then you said it there. Why are they surrounding us? Are you trying to keep us trapped here?
君から眼力を感じ取ったんじゃない？幻月遊戯のビッグスター。
How the hell would you even know that? Well, if that's true.
ほら、どさくさに紛れてくっついてるおちびちゃんもいるよ。
I was wondering what that shade of purple was. I thought it was my glow stick again. Is this a Wisp?
多分岸に上がった時にくっついたんだね。小さいのになかなか熱狂的なファンだよ。
皆様、ようこそトガ繊維へ。
あれ、古代弁財天国を模した庭園を想像してたけど、崇拝してる相手の古い屋敷を取り壊して豪華ホテルを建てたの？
ご冗談を。古代弁財天国が滅びてからすでに1000年。その姿を知る者などもうどこにもいないでしょう。カンパニーが日々多くの現像師が誕生している一方で、眼力が少なくなったり属性に嫌気がさしたりした古い現像師たちは絵の世界を隠れ里として選びます。ここはそんな彼らが絵の中へと入り、現実に別れを告げる最後の場所です。しばらく休息をとって104年にわたる記憶を整理してから二度と帰らぬ旅へと出発します。噂では属性に疲れた現像師を導くためグラフィエの魂が時折現れるとか。
はあ、ここの空気別れの気配で満ちてる。あの現像の母の魂を引き寄せるのも納得だよ。クリエイターにとってはまさにネタの宝庫だね。
ええ、ネタの宝庫ということでホース先生には執筆を頑張っていただかないとですね。ではそろそろ行きましょう。ご案内いたします。
Of course it hitched a ride. It was probably when I was in the middle of a boss battle or something. Fantastic. So now we brought a living threat to our safe haven. Great. To the one who dwells at Dobrook's end. If you find this paper bow, please help me deliver it to... You've been. I'm sure you're more than capable of taking care of yourself, but even so, you gotta let me worry about you a little. This hotel turned out to be an even better place than I imagined. From the lobby manager to the other guests, most people here are pretty friendly. No one's gonna come banging on my door with a weapon in hand. First time in ages, I'm sleeping in an actual soft bed. Here's the thing, I just can't fall asleep. It's not that I'm terrified of my wish power running out. There's those scenes from the past that keep playing on loop in my head. Back then you yelled at me, you're old and useless, staying here will only ruin my plans. Insisting on sending me to this hotel. I cried looking at your face, feigning heartlessness, because I was worried that you hadn't slept in ages just to afford my stay at the hotel. And for you to pull off that act so convincingly, you must have secretly practiced it. You didn't see that coming. I actually knew it all along. I'm gone, you'll finally be free to do what you've always wanted. You finalize Dovebrook, create a sanctuary for imagined creatures who've been through what we have. You know I hate to see others hurt. To see you hurt others. I'll stand in your way if it really comes down to that. You know what? They say Inkford Hermitage in Dovebrook District are the opposite ends of Plain Arcadia. Here's the kicker. The water here is actually the main stem of Dovebrook. Hope the waters of Dovebrook, along with those playful wispi floating downstream, carry this letter into your hands. Maybe the Security Bureau will find it and pass it along to you. Farewell. May the god of elation above bring you good fortune. To the sender. The address provided in your letter turned out to be an empty house. According to the neighbors, the owner went missing years ago and remains unaccounted for to this day. The streamer took quite an interest in this case and organized an offline search event. People everywhere joined in voluntarily, hoping to find the missing homeowner or anyone who might have a clue about the letter's contents. But all led nowhere. So to say, we'll be sending your letter back via the Wispi that delivered it. The postmark in this letter is now several decades old. What? What the hell is this supposed to be about, though? Wait, where's Dovebrook District again? Let me check the map. I'm just curious. It may not be main story stuff, but I'm curious. Oh, okay. Yeah, this place. Yeah, where Himiko used to live, right? And where the Sinwish Syndicate is? Or was? Okay, interesting. Wonder what that has to do with anything. Anyway, moving on. Okay, let me see. Oh, found another chest. Yeah, the tree.
あの金色の木ですか。私たちは洗顔の木陰と呼んでいます。海原の浮島や幻月の否定にある神木と由来を同じにするとか。絵に渡る前、現像師はあそこで願いを返し、身軽になって旅立つのです。
Giant golden tree in the distance called the Myriad Wish Grove. Said to share the same lineage as sacred trees found. Okay, yeah. Just checking if there's anything around here. Whatever. I don't even know if this is the right team or not, but I'm just gonna go with it. Oh. Unfulfilled wish list. Ahead lies the final elation. Shouldn't arrive with regrets. Write down your unfulfilled wish. For my last live stream, I really wanted to turn off the beauty filter and let you see what I really looked like. You still love me then? Was it always only that perfect her on the screen that you cared about? In the end, I couldn't bring myself to break that pretty illusion. I couldn't free myself from the person withering away behind the digital mask. It should never be me. Not now, not ever. Kirilo Lightpaw. Fenrir, Naya, Orlando. Okay. That one did not seem as like deep as the other one, so I guess it's fine. Seriously, what a strange place this is. It kind of gives me like the onsen vibes in like a snowy area, kind of like a what's the area that's usually cold that's like portrayed in animes? Was it Kyoto or was it somewhere else? It was somewhere. Because like they can also have hot springs, possibly. Oh, okay, here we go. Got this. Cool. Take this though. That's good. I'll just do this because I'm fucking bored.
サクッと手合わせしてみない？生産しましょう。
当たりだ。
市場が錯綜。あ、長期間見据えるのが成功の秘訣。回転パンチ。すべて狩り尽くす。飛翔不墜、上昇不敗。大将は定まった。
全部買いだ。
生命のフィナーレを聞きなさい。はっ。恐れずひるまず遅い。損傷系。迷いはない。弱い。これでこのプロジェクトは完了だね。
Alright, let's do this one. Then we'll move on. Just set things up for next time. Ah, okay, that's tricky. Ice Block 3. Moving the health bot forward will directly shine the Ice Block it touches. Ah, okay. Kind of set up for this. I gotcha. Actually, I want to see if this works. I want to see if there's anything up here that's worth it. Whoa! Okay, there actually is something worth it here. Oh, that is sick. Cool. That's pretty nifty. You know what? I'm gonna try to find my way back through this. Fuck it. Ah, fuck. I messed up. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. I'm back. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Oop. Oh, okay, I have to keep it that direction. Ah, damn, I messed up. Oh, okay, that's the reset, okay. I was kind of confused for a second. What the hell am I supposed to do? Oop, missed. Oh, I see. So this is why I would need to reset. There we go. Okay, I was like, why would I need to reset? But that actually makes a lot of sense. Then do this. Then this. There we go. Okay. should be everything. Just making sure there's nothing else. Wait. Oh, I didn't finish it? What? I thought I did. There must have been something extra I missed. But it's fine. Like I said, we need to advance main story because it took too long with some of the other stuff. Hello.
到着しました。ここからはホテルのスタッフが皆様をご案内しますので、私はこれで失礼します。
寒い。まるで吹雪の山荘で事件が起こりそうな寒さ。ごめんください。ください。さーい。
ようこそ戸賀繊維へ。
キンキンに冷えた雪の海がいるなんて、どうりでこんなに寒いわけだよ。こんにちは、おちびちゃん。
どうも、僕はホテルのロビーマネージャーのカスペ。お客さんはちょっと体温が高いから、ここの雰囲気を溶かさないように気をつけてね。
Because you're the friendly ghost. Gotcha.
ならこっちも自己紹介を。私は今をときめく漫画家の虹。
ああ、元漫画家のステラさんだよね。
くー、いきなり見バレしちゃった。いや待って、元漫画家って。
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't catch your interest. I was like, wait, what do you mean former? She's buying the next volume now.
上のお偉いさんから聞いたよ。
Oh, right,
ステ
okay.
ラさんは
I guess
今や
teasing
主
because
制
potentially
の資
failure.
産。時間を完成させるまでここに住んでもらうって。このホテルの宿泊客はね、みんな大物の現像種ばっかなんだよ。ほら、あそこの楽園マンは元スーパーヒーローなんだ。
誰それ、聞いたことないけど。
あっちにいるのが最古の妖怪の一体、元カッパ。今はただの温泉の管理人だよ。
カッパ？その現像種ってカンパニーが来たばかりの頃に絶滅したよね。
旧時代の生き残りってやつもいるにはいるんだよ。このカスペだってかつては名高き元氷の巨人だったんだから。
The former frost giant?
昔は背が高くてたくましくて立派な巨人だったんだよ。もちろん人土時代の話だけどね。
へえ、じゃあ歴史の秘密を山ほど知ってる骨董品ってわけだ。一体どこの隅っこから掘り出されたの？
氷だよ。残念だけど時が経つと大きな氷も溶けて小さくなっちゃうんだ。今じゃたくさんいた友達の名前すら思い出せないんだよ。はあ、あのカリカリに焦げたボイドレンジャーももう食べられないのか。
I'm current nameless.
そうだね。また一人キラキラした七死人が現れた。
またってどういうこと？
それはもちろん秘密だよ。
Like, again, one of the former members? Any info on the former Graphia?
こ グラフィエ様の目撃情報ならここの雪みたいにたくさんあるよ。あの方の魂がホテルに滞在してるっていう噂が広まってからグラフィエ様を模倣した現像種や無理やり関わりを持とうとする変な連中がみんなここに集まってきたんだ。見て、あそこにいるみんな自分はグラフィエ様と関係があるとかグラフィエ様の秘密を握ってるとか言ってるんだ
ど
よ。
うせ眼力やお金が欲しいだけの詐欺師でしょ。自分をアッハだって言い張る連中と同じだね。
まあ確かにその通りなんだけど、あいつらのおかげで上に報告するときにいつも長いリストを出せてるんだよね。七死人しっかり聞き込みしてきなよ。じゃあね。
Well, this is interesting. Alright, well, before I do that... no, I'm not gonna play another game. What the hell, Casper? I thought you were supposed to be a friendly ghost. How the fuck are you rank 9? I'm jealous. I don't think I could pull that off. Alright, let's ask about these people.
そなた、我が見えておるのか？ならば隠し立てはすまい。いかにも我こそがグラフィエ、よろずの絵の祖にして諸派の根源、そしてあらゆる現像種を生み落とした母である。残念ながら我が眼力はほぼ尽き、もはや現像の術は震えぬ。だがそなたとは縁があるようだ。ほんの少し投げ眼による助力があれば。
パパー、僕こそがグラフィエだパー。投げガンなら僕にすべきだパ
ー。いいな、それがしこそがグラフィエでござる。この赤い鎧が何よりの証拠でござろう。
Right, wanna marry her.
誰でもいいから、俺と一緒に絶滅大君と戦ってくれ。
絶滅大君？実は僕たちグラフィエであってグラフィエじゃないんだぽ
ー。率直に言うならば、我らは人々が抱くグラフィエ像から生まれた現像種なのだ。我はとある下手な歴史教科書の落書き画伯が書いたものゆえ、造形が少々雑でな。
僕は長い時の中で集まった二層楽園のグラフィエの憧れから生まれたウイルポー。
それがしは全52話の長編アニメシリーズメカ鎧対戦デストロイデーモンに登場した装甲グラフィエリオンでござる。それがしの必殺技グラフィエソードをお見舞いして信ぜよう。
Don't any of you have any guts?
もしグラフィエを探しに来たのなら諦めた方が良いぞ。眼力が尽きかけ、現像の母に筆で延命してもらおうと懇願しに来る現像種を我はここで幾度も見てきた。だが成功した者は一人もおらん。結局ここに残ったのはグラフィエの看板を借りて食いつないでる我らだけだ。
Right, I see. So like all those people who basically wear, who at least own one thing of Gucci and basically make it seem like, yeah, I can afford Gucci like that, but in reality they just only could afford the one thing after saving a whole ton of money, unlike the people who actually can't afford like at least half the store with just one look.
所詮ただの噂に過ぎぬ。
By the way, Gucci overrated. Calling it. Did Graphia really live here?
カンパニーがホテルの業績を上げるため流したガスやもしれぬ。
何しろ人土時代から1000年以上も時が経ってるからね。残ってるのはグラフィエへの憧れだけかもしれないぽ。
Huh. Is there any way to meet her?
一番簡単な方法があるぽ。
すべての現像紙は彼女の筆から生まれたもの。聞けば彼女は絵の世界の果てにて最後を迎える現像紙を見送るという。もっとも彼女にあった現像紙は皆すでにあの世へ行ったが。
なるほど。絵が死ねば絵師に会えるってことか。こいつら偽物ってだけじゃなくて頭の方もだいぶ問題ありそうだな。
I mean, to be fair, we've all experienced the thwarted death of some point in this game. Myself, Firefly, soon Blade. I mean, the first time. Looks like I have to find another
グラ
way.
フィエを見つけるのってやっぱ一筋縄じゃいかないみたいだ。
ここには我らの他にも外の世界ではすでに絶滅した歴史ある現像種が数多く住んでおる。中にはグラフィエの手で作られたと自称するものもな。
どうしてもグラフィエのことを知りたいならそいつらに聞いてみるといいぽ。
グラフィエがまだこのホテルにいるらしいぞ。
また水の中の雑念が増えたようじゃ。今の現像種は心が乱れすぎておる。
You, the Hot Springs manager?
そうじゃ。この老いぼれにはこれくらいしか脳がなくての細々と生き延びておるよ。この地の人間はわしを赤なめと呼んでおる。実に汚らしい名じゃが、この追いさらばえた姿にはお似合いかもしれん。さて、お客さんは雑念を洗い流す温泉を求めてきたのじゃろうか、それとも。
Get a last kappa?
わしの同胞は濁流に飲まれ消滅したか、あるいは絵の中へと逃げてしまった。遠い昔、アハトピアのすべての川、すべての池にはわしの同胞が住んでおった。わしらは絵師さんたちのために作物を育て、絵師さんたちはわしらのために子孫を書いてくれたんじゃ。
Why are you choosing to stay in the real world?
故郷は離れがたいものじゃよ。たとえ同胞が皆絵の中に入り、川の水も濁ってしまい、新参のグアラにとって変わられようとも、ここはわしの故郷じゃ。かつての日々を記憶する者がいなければならん。わしが存在する限り、カッパという一族は消えぬ。
Do you know Graphia? Bonnie named the withered body of Autopia's last kappa begins to tremble faintly.
グラフィエ様は全ての現像師を導くお方じゃ。その名は月明かりのように、この老いぼれの暗い記憶さえも照らしてくれておる。 かつて外界天魔のレギオンが暗黒の潮のように押し寄せた。奴らがもたらした汚れと炎は清らかな川さえも毒の沼へと変えてしまったんじゃ。わしらカッパは力が弱く、川の底で震えることしかできんかった。そんなわしらを見つけ励ましてくださったのがグラフィエ様じゃ。清らかあの方は水を使って家を失った人々を守り、不浄な化け物たちを洗い流す術を教えてくださった。効果はわずかじゃったが、わしら一族が最も英雄に近づいた時代じゃ。
What was she like?
噂じゃ、絵師だった頃の彼女はあでやかな美人だったと言われておる。じゃがわしのおぼろげな記憶の中では、戦場のあの方は赤い髪を振り乱し、全身を絵の具に染めた戦士じゃった。その戦う姿はまるで夜叉のようじゃったという者もおるが、わしからしたらあの瞳はどんなに磨かれた小石よりも輝いておったよ。お客さん、グラフィエ様の手がかりを探すならホテルの裏山に行ってみるといい。山の中腹に現像師たちが残したガンほどきの像というものがあってな、過去の祈りがたんまりと込められておる。カスペはよくあそこを散歩しておるよ。あやつはわしよりずっと長く生きとる妖怪でのう。一緒に雪遊びでもしてやれば道を示してくれるかもしれぬ。わしが教えてやれるのはこれくらいじゃ。わしはただ目の前のこの池をきれいにしたいだけの頑固な年寄りカッパに過ぎんからのう。
Alright. Well, I think this will be a good place to end the stream for now. Great. It's a copy of Sushi. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably have to find her, but as of the time. But very interesting to learn that, what was it? En route was actually, Assad. And also that the whole thing about veracity and, elation, that whole this weird relationship between the two. Very interesting to actually kind of see that. Now we actually have a lot more that we have to kind of figure out throughout this, right? Not gonna be easy, and it does seem like they're already a step ahead of us by having a Wisp-Bite, or something disguised as a Wisp-Bite, tag along. Yeah, we'll come back to this. We'll talk with Nilux about what she knows about this, because again, she does seem to know a lot more than she should. Like, even if she looked into rumors because, like, trying to find inspiration and being from here, I feel like there's definitely more to her, who she really is, than what we think. But honestly, I can't for the life of me even think what it could possibly be. And again, probably something we'll figure out much later, but for now I think we'll just leave it there. So we'll continue with this, trying to continue our search for Graphia. I'll see if maybe in like some point in the next couple days I'll try to grind so then I can at least enhance my Trailblazer to Elation, because I really do want him to actually be like part of the team. Because like I said, otherwise I have like Civil War for nothing, right? Because I'm gonna try to pull for Yao Guang, but it's not gonna be that easy. Even I know that. So hopefully by doing some of these other things I can try to get her. You know what? I'm gonna actually try one right now and see what happens. If I don't, it's whatever. But I just want to give it a shot. Nope. Yep, as expected. Okay. But yeah, I'll see what I can do in regards to that, so then at least my Silver Wolf can be decent in battle and not just like a waste of space, because it's like otherwise it's gonna take me forever to try to get a Sparksy and everything. And again, with Reen and Gilgamesh coming out soon, it's like my later priorities are gonna have to shift to that. So hence why like all my attention right now has to be on Yao Guing and Elation Trailblazer. But I'll definitely try to get to that at some point. Like I said, tomorrow I'll definitely do Tales of Berseria Remastered. I'm actually thinking of doing that stream much earlier, because then I can go to the gym after, play, shoot some hoops, and then probably do some grinding for Star Rail, and because I already did all the grinding I need to for Berseria, so we're good to go for that. So I'm gonna try to at least do some stuff for like I said, Star Rail, and then we'll continue with Punishing Grey Raven most likely on Tuesday, because again, that's definitely gonna take a while to finish. Like I said, possibly 2 more streams considering how the pacing is going. I mean, it's entertaining, it's very entertaining and very emotional, but it is definitely gonna take a while. Probably the same length as Convoys. But anyway, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who showed up to the stream. So shout out to both Miss Lobster 007 and Reen Yuria for both showing up to the stream. Great chatting with you both. And like I said, at some point I'll try to figure out when I can try to put Final Fantasy VII back into the mix. So then we can try to catch up by spring next year to be ready for Revelations. But that's still like a long ways away. But I'll try to figure something out. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the stream but not already follow the channel, please make sure that you follow. Much appreciated. Check out my YouTube channel. I post a lot of VODs. Subscribe as well. Join Discord if you guys not already. Links to all those are on the channel. But this has been Xantos Vice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time. We're out.